Owasso Ram football on the Owasso Sports Network is presented by the following sponsors: Trails Inn Barbecue, Sooner Mobile X-Ray, All Things Cake, 918 Doco, Tulsa Tech, Big Biscuit, 918 Family Wellness, Raising Cane's, Capstone Roofing, Robertson Tire, Charlie's Chicken, Keith 2 Hometown Insurance, Nothing Bundt Cake, Jersey Mike's, Tulsa Accident Care Center, Restoration Chiropractic, Waldo's Chicken, First United Mortgage, Shields, Maury Funeral Home, Brew Coffee, Oklahoma's Credit Union, Jim Glover Auto Family, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, St. Francis, Eagle Window Tent, First Bank of Owasso.
The regular season is complete, and already teams around the state of Oklahoma are hanging up their cleats and rolling out the basketballs. But in Owasso, the season has just begun. Tonight, the road to December rolls right through Owasso Stadium, where the 8-2 district champion Owasso Rams host the Yukon Millers, meeting for the 7th time in series history. Under head coach Bill Blankenship, Owasso enters tonight riding an 8-game win streak and with numbers that tell the story of a team built for November. The Rams are allowing just 13 points per game in district play, outscoring opponents by an average margin of 41-13. Through the last 8 games, this defense has surrendered just 228 yards per game and a stingy 66 rushing yards, piling up 13 takeaways. Offensively, few teams in the state have been as explosive as the Owasso Rams. Quarterback Drew Frankenfield has been one of Oklahoma's most efficient passers with nearly 70% completions, more than 2,000 yards, and 20 touchdowns through the air. And then there's the engine of this offense, Jaden Hall. Hall enters tonight with 18 100-yard games in his last 19 appearances, nearly 1,600 rushing yards on the season, and 21 touchdowns on the ground, a dominant force ready for another playoff stage. Owasso has been nearly untouchable, winning 21 straight district games, and under Coach Blankenship, the Rams are 59-3 against Westside opponents like the Yukon Millers, 38-2 in the month of October, and a perfect 6-0 all-time against Yukon. But tonight, none of the records matter. It's win or go home. The Yukon Millers come in battle-tested from the state's toughest district and looking to snap the Rams' momentum. With nothing to lose, the Millers bring size, physicality, and a chance to shock the 6A bracket. For Owasso, the mission is clear: defend home turf, protect the streak, and punch a ticket to the state semifinals. Playoff football, a chill in the air, bright lights, and a spot in the next round on the line. This is Owasso versus Yukon in the Oklahoma Class 6A1 playoffs.
Hi, this is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive in Owasso. This year marks 13 years since we opened the doors for business. You see, our family lives in Owasso, we own a business here, we attend church here, and all 4 of our kids have gone to school here. We live in this community too, and we fully expect that we'll see our customers again at the grocery store, at a local restaurant, or at a Friday night football game. We have a built-in accountability system to our customer base because we also do life in Owasso. So thank you for letting us serve your family by servicing your family car.
When it comes to family dinner, Waldo's Chicken makes everyone happy. Kids love the hand-breaded tenders and creamy mac and cheese. Parents love the deal. Every Tuesday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult entry. Whether you are craving sandwich, wings, or fresh salad, Waldo's has something for everyone. With 3 Tulsa area locations open 7 days a week, plus catering for any event, Waldo Chicken serves up flavor and smiles. Waldo's, where family favorites are made fresh every day.
Welcome back inside the First United Mortgage pregame show, where we're joined now by Owasso head coach Bill Blankenship in his 8th season, leading the Rams and guiding this program to yet another postseason run. Coach, thanks for taking a moment with us, and congratulations on ending the regular season on a high note.
Yeah, Jared, I think this is one of those times we don't want to take for granted what these young men have done the last 8 games. Been on a streak and finished up the season really well, a regular season. Undefeated district champions, that's a big deal. And so I really want to take a minute and kind of relish that as we jump into the playoffs. And, now we get into that sudden death mentality and all that. But, boy, it's been good so far.
Yeah, it has. And you can take that district 8-game winning streak all the way back to really 2.5 years ago. It's really a 21-game district winning streak. So Rams are really riding high on top of of 6A1 District 2. And Coach, one of the keys to this winning streak this season is establishing dominance at the line of scrimmage. That's something the Rams have done extremely well on both sides of the ball, obviously setting up an immense running attack with Jaden Hall protecting Drew Frankenfield, allowing him to have time to make decisions. And on the other side, creating chaos in the backfield for opposing offenses.
And Jared, one of the things that's real rewarding is this is in both cases. We started the season as a project under construction, a complete rebuild in the offensive line, and then build around Taj, but we lost all the other guys on the defensive line. And in both cases with different pieces of the puzzle to all put together, these players, there's a lot of seniors on the D-line and then a lot of juniors on the O-line, have just come into their own. They've embraced the opportunity of growing up in this program and then just showing out once they had the opportunity to get on the field and have a big role. So there's a lot of joy in that for me to see these young men get to achieve at such a high level.
Yeah, and you can talk about the flashiness of the skill guys, but man, I have so much fun just watching the line of scrimmage and watching those guys move other people forward or backward. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, and it's one of the things about football that I still love, and it's the opportunity to just physically take a man where he doesn't want to go. And you don't get to do that in life very often, and certainly not in a appropriate way. And so that's really one of the joys of football that people don't really get into unless they understand it. It's just a mano-a-mano, and I want to move you, and you don't want me to move you, and one of us is going to win.
Yeah, you've got about 8 future bouncers on this squad.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, Coach, we've got a bit of a unique scenario here tonight as a playoff matchup as the Yukon Millers, who we saw 2 weeks ago. That was our last regular season game, and it was a 47-27 victory over at Yukon, Yukon's best. The field there, and this doesn't happen very often. Whenever you see a program essentially in back-to-back weeks.
Well, especially, we have grown used to the early season game and then maybe seeing those people in the playoffs, but certainly very rarely have we had this kind of a scenario where we finish the regular season and then earn a bye, and so we don't get another game, and then literally they win a playoff game against Deer Creek, and here we go again, and we're right back where we were, only now they're coming to our place. So it's almost like a little home and home rotation, and let's just see if the best man can come out on top again.
Well, Well, let's take a look at, last week, 2 weeks ago, quickly, Coach, as we mentioned, a 47-27 victory over the Millers. It wasn't honestly that close until late, in the ball game. And it felt like another dominating performance for the Rams. I mean, you look at some of those stats, the defense held the Millers to under 300 yards on 64 snaps, mind you. And the offense was efficient, scoring 47 points on 48 snaps. And that included a 44-yard field goal at the end of the first half from Juan Razzo. So again, a complete performance all around from the Rams.
I was very proud with the way we traveled across the state to play Yukon. I thought we brought our intensity, our focus, and the cliches, but defense travels. And that's always something you've got to do when you're going to get serious about making a run the playoffs. And I thought defensively we were really strong. We got into a couple of penalty situations that kept drives alive for them. And we've got to clean those things up. But in most cases, I feel really, really good about it. We've had excellent 2 weeks of practice. And Coach Neal and his staff continue to hone in what we've got to do to become a good playoff defense, and I think we're ready to go tonight.
Well, Coach, you did earn that week off by winning the district championship, and that was decided before the Yukon game. So we knew that we had that week off. You're able to get some more practice reps with your young guys in that week off. You call it, what do you call it, bowl week, bowl practice? Is that right?
Well, we kind of modeled it after bowl practice and just turn it into, we've got a double edged sword in that we're going to keep our Friday night team, polished up and freshened up. And so we certainly worked with them, but then we would take the second half of practice and send all of those guys and the seniors in and coach what we call next year's team. And so, it's kind of a futures, investment. And so we're just going to get all of next year's squad, as many freshmen as we have on the team, all the other sophomores and juniors, and really get some just personal work where we don't have those starters and those guys that are playing to take our attention away. We got to just lock in and play a lot of these young guys and start teaching them and coaching them and into the way of the Owasso Ram.
Speaking of attention, Coach, let's turn our attention to tonight. We discussed at breakfast this week that Yukon is kind of playing on house money. It's been several years since they've been to the playoffs. Their win over Norman North last week, I believe you said, was their first playoff win since I was in third grade, 1996 or 97, something like that. So basically, they're coming into tonight with nothing to lose.
Yeah, and I think it's a double-edged sword once again, using that term, but they're on a roll. This is a team that's playing with a lot of confidence. They've had a tremendous season. From their opportunity as Coach Barnes has gotten there to try to build the program, it was huge to get to the playoffs and to have the first win in 25, 30 years. Was a huge accomplishment. And so there's some ways that you'd like to think, well, hopefully, we can put an end to all that tonight and go ahead and move forward, and maybe they'll cooperate with it because they've had such a great season. The other fear that you have as a coach, though, is that this is a team just gaining confidence. They're learning how to win. They're learning how to do things at a higher level, and you sure don't want them to be able to carry that on into your first round playoff game with them. So hopefully we can come out fast. Hopefully we can be aggressive and get back to where we were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the other things you mentioned at breakfast this week, Coach, was in watching film and then seeing them in person, they were stylistically who we thought they were. And that was one of the things that, I watched it in the first quarter of the game 2 weeks ago, but it still shocked me when I saw on paper we had the lead at the end of the first quarter, but we also only had 2 minutes and change of possession time, and they had nearly 10 minutes of possession time. I anticipate that we're going to see something similar. They're going to try to hold on to the football, keep that rhythm going, and obviously, you know, when you gift them some penalties, that helps that out a little bit. But stylistically, I would imagine that we're probably going to see more of the same tonight.
No question, that'll be their game plan. They're not a hurry up offensive team. They don't huddle, so they get to the line and they hold you at the line, but they're going to take their time getting the plays called. And if they can generate first downs, they just click that, time off the clock just little by little and try to keep you from getting multiple possessions. So they've had a good, it's helped them, it's served them well. And I say again, the way that we counter that is hopefully to get the fast start, but not just that, to get points on the board and to get them in a, in a behind, get them into playing from behind. And it's not as easy to play slow when you do that.
Yeah, maybe get them to press a little bit at that point.
Yeah.
Coach, it's win or go home from this point forward. What is the emotional temperature of the locker room like right now? Are the guys loose and relaxed? Are they locked in?
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
Well, I hope that we'll play loose, but I don't think it'll be because we're relaxed. I think it's because we're confident, because we've played really well and prepared really well. But our guys, there's no doubt that it's playoff time. The intensity in the meeting rooms and in the team meeting and then out on the practice field has cranked up a notch, and as it should, because as I try to remind these guys, the thing about the playoffs that you have to understand is, as much as we want to practice next week, I haven't scheduled them. We don't have it on the calendar. Sure. You have to earn the right to play next week. And, so we've had our last Monday, we've had our last Tuesday, we've had our last week of practice, unless we earn it tonight. And if we earn it tonight, man, we're going to be excited to have, Thanksgiving practice and all the things that come with it. But we can't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, Coach, what's our pathway to victory here this evening? Well,
I've said it 3 times, but fast start is one of them. I think it's really important that we generate a positive rate in our turnovers of taking care of the ball and getting some takeaways. If we have that piece of it and a fast start, I think we're going to be in for a good victory tonight.
Coach, we appreciate it. Let's go take care of business tonight.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
It's Owasso head coach Bill Blankenship. When we come back, we'll welcome in the voice of Owasso, Steve Mowry. That and more coming up on the First United Mortgage pregame show. You're watching Ram Football on the Owasso Sports Network.
Okay, gang, the game is tomorrow. Where's Rambo? Has anybody seen Rambo? Oh, come on, let's go. Come on, go find him.
Hey, Coach B, we're going to need your help.
We got a season to play. You haven't been out here. Get that look off your face and let's get to work. This way. That way. Fast. Hoop. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, you're good at other things.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it loving others. Spend it knowing you're loved. Spend it nourishing your body. Spend it strengthening your soul. Spend it planning out every little detail. Spend it knowing you're part of the bigger plan. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling. The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
The Folds of Honor exists to meet sacrifice with hope. When U.S. service members and first responders are killed or disabled, the Folds of Honor steps in with life-changing scholarships for their spouse and children. This noble mission holds the power to unite Americans. As we link arms and pledge our unwavering support to those who protect our freedom and our families. Join us.
Hey Rams! Shields has your game day essentials for football, volleyball, cross country, soccer, and more. Plus all the fresh fits you need right in one place. From Nike to Hoka to Adidas, find all the iconic brands you love so you can feel and perform at your best. Our experts are here to help you get suited up with the gear and styles that are just right for you. Everything you need at Tulsa Shields, located at the Woodland Hills Mall.
Life is always in our ear about opportunities. Exploring them, seizing them, taking a moment to breathe them in. When speed is crucial and completion is the end goal.
We gotta move a little faster.
But sometimes completion isn't the end, but the next beginning. Tulsa's first, Tulsa's only, Level 1 Trauma Center.
The trenches, where roads are won. Ram 1500. Quick, tough, relentless, raw strength, no compromise. Ram HD. Haul more, tow bigger, hit harder. These are Ram Power Days. Jim Glover Dodge.
Now let's talk about Tackle Tuesday. I think it's a good idea. If you're not being productive, if you're not being fun, you get tackled.
Hey, Sarah, I asked for these reports at 2 o'clock. It is now 2:03.
But don't worry, Rambo would never tackle a guest.
Well, break time's over. Time to go serve some customers.
I'll come over there when I'm good and ready.
Hey, I'm Keith too, your hometown insurance guy. You know, insurance doesn't have to be confusing or boring. So if your car decides to tango with a shopping cart or your home springs a leak, I'm the guy you want to call. In fact, I'm so confident I can save you money on your current auto insurance that if I can't, I'll give you $25. Yep, you heard me right. $25 straight from my pocket to yours. So when life throws you a curveball, don't stress. Just call me, Keith2, at 918-928-4545 or visit me online at owassoinsuranceguy.com. Let us help you get the insurance you need and deserve for your family. Go Rams!
Imagine a free checking account that finally fits your vibe. No weird rules, no stress. Just simple freedom. Visit okcu.org to learn more.
When it's time to celebrate a sweet Owasso Ram victory, nothing will do quite like nothing but cakes. From personal buntlets to individual buntinis for the entire team, you'll discover a bunt load of flavor for every occasion. Visit Nothing Bunt Cakes in Owasso, located in the Smith Farm Marketplace. Nothing Bunt Cakes, proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
evening and welcome to Owasso Ram Football. Here tonight, the playoff edition of the 6A1 quarterfinal matchup here at home in Owasso, as the number 3 ranked Owasso Rams hosting the number 8 Yukon Millers. The Rams coming in with a record of 8-2, the Millers with a record of 6-5. But you can throw all that out the window because it's one and done when you reach this point of the season. I'm Steve Mowry alongside my wingman, Grant Mowry. Rob Williams will be working the numbers for us. Grant, an odd setup here as these two teams just met 2 weeks ago, but because of the playoff setting and the matchup, it's going to be a repeat. The only thing different this time, thank goodness, is we are here at home in Owasso.
Yeah, it's always kind of interesting. We talked about that the other day, just over the course of time, how many instances this has happened where you meet a team and just weeks later you play them in the playoffs. It's actually happened a surprising amount more than we thought. But again, we always talk about it. It's hard to beat the same team twice in a season, and we'll see how that goes tonight.
Well, that leads us right into the Pathway Church Pathway to Victory. Discover, develop, and deploy your purpose in life. Focus on discipleship and spiritual growth at Pathway Church every Sunday at First Bank of Owasso on 86th and Garnett. We heard a little bit about Coach Blankenship's thoughts of what the Rams need to do, but I'll defer to you and ask you your thoughts tonight. What do the Rams do to achieve their pathway to victory?
I think in a matchup like this, it always comes down to protecting the football. You've got a team, obviously it's the second round of the playoffs. High school football, high school kids, anything can happen. And I think it just comes down to the Rams of go ahead and just being sure you're able to protect the football. And then kind of the opposite, if you're able to generate a turnover, that's kind of the main thing in this game. I think we looked at it. Obviously, we saw the game 2 weeks ago. The matchup, the Rams versus the Millers, we like what we're seeing on defense from the Rams, matching up well against this Yukon offense. Again, one little wrinkle they have is two totally different style of quarterback. One's a throwing quarterback, one's a rush threat. So we'll kind of see what we get out the gate tonight. But I think bottom line, if Rams protect the football, clean up those. We've talked about it. We haven't been able to do it all season. Clean up those little penalties of the offsides, the personal fouls, and from there I think you'll see a Ram victory tonight.
We're here in our First United Mortgage pregame show. At First United Mortgage, they have solutions to meet your financing needs. Whether you are buying or building a home, there are a number of lending options to provide you with the funds you need for the home you want. Owasso Rams are coming out onto the field. Let's look at the Jersey Mike's uniform report. For Yukon, it looks like they will be in their road white jerseys with red numerals. They're going to wear the black pants tonight and the white helmet with the Yukon Miller emblem on one side and their uniform number on the other. The Owasso Rams are going to come out here tonight in black jerseys with white numerals, the white pants with the double red stripe, and the traditional red Ram helmet with the white horns. That's our Jersey Mike's uniform report. Look good, eat good, and play good. Get it Mike's way at Jersey Mike's in Owasso. Also want to thank our friends at Waldo's Chicken, the official watch party of Owasso football. Don't miss a moment of Owasso football this season. Head to Waldo's Chicken and enjoy the action on 15 TVs paired with unbeatable specials all night long. Waldo's Chicken, the official watch party home of Owasso football. These two teams, as we mentioned, met 2 weeks ago, and the Rams came out on top with a 47-20 victory. And really, Grant, when you look at that, not a lot of real resistance in that ball game. However, it was one of those games that both teams knew that it did not count in the standings. The placement in playoffs had already been situated, and so you got to wonder if Coach Brent Barnes maybe doesn't have something in his hip pocket that he held back to try to throw at Owasso tonight. One of those things is Destry Lujan, who has been a primary linebacker, but he's also been a key running back for Yukon. We didn't really see that in the previous matchup 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it's really important tonight for the Millers to try to establish more of a run threat. And in doing so, I really believe that we're going to see a much more heavy dose of Lujan. I think 2 weeks ago, we saw Lujan most likely in a goal line situation. I would really be surprised if we don't see him a little bit earlier in this game. And kind of like you said, here's the danger of Yukon. They've won their first playoff victory. They're playing with confidence in years. that game last week. Maybe they weren't showing quite as bit. I'm sure we weren't as well. But again, playoff football, anything can happen, and it's a double-edged sword, like Coach B said. Playing with nothing to lose can be either very, very helpful for a team, or it can really hurt you, kind of depending on which way you come out with.
We're here in the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. From check engine light diagnostics to full engine repair services. Go see Ray Adcock and his team at Christian Brothers Automotive in Owasso. The Rams, well, actually it was the Millers that won the opening toss, and they deferred. Owasso has elected to receive, and they will defend the north goal. And Grant, one of the things you and I saw tonight, we haven't talked about all year long, temperatures running around 56, 57 degrees, but the wind out of the west says it's going 8 or 9 miles an hour. It feels more like it's closer to 14, 15 as we look out the press box window here, and the Folds of Honor flags are standing on end.
Well, and kind of interesting, on the field earlier, the wind felt like it was out of the south. Then it started switching, felt like it was out of the west, and it's kind of just a weird swirling wind with the way that the Wellness Center sets up in the stadium. Be interesting to see how these quarterbacks play the passing game tonight.
Teeing it up for the Millers will be Jonathan Haxton. And Yukon likes to do the high onside kick or a traditional onside. As we are off and rolling, it's going to be a high onside. Fair catch is called by Julius Wilson, and the Rams will come out starting 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Let's look at that State Farm agent Casey Miller starting offense. At the left tackle is Brooks Barron. The left guard, Hunter Goodenow. The center, Nix Rosas. Right guard is Darrell Green, and the right tackle, Sean Kellogg. The wideouts will be Takari Bethel, Julius Wilson, and Colby Whiteman in the lineup here tonight. The tight end is Colton Sudbeck. The running back, Jaden Hall, a very underrated running back, and the quarterback, Drew Frankenfield, who has thrown for 2,209 yards, 20 touchdowns on the season. The first throw is to Wilson. It's Tay Bethel at the 50-yard line. He's going to be tackled just shy of the 50 at the 49, but we've got a flag back at the 30-yard line. So we've talked about the issues the Rams have had with double-digit penalties during games this season, and it looks like this is going to come back and be called a hold by the White Hat. It'll back the Rams up 10 yards. So that'll move them back to the Owasso 25-yard line, where it will be 1st and 20. Offensive coordinator Josh Blankenship coming out and going with the mid-range pass, a down and out. All for naught as this one coming back. Moderate crowd here tonight. The cooler weather may be encouraging people to run down to Waldo's. So it'll be 1st and 20. Frankenfield will hand off to Hall. Goes off the left side, up the middle. He'll be across the 30-yard line, near the 32-yard line. Nice gain on the play. Call it 7. Actually, they're going to give him 6 as they spot the ball at the 31-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 14. Empty backfield now as Hall ran out to the left side. He'll be stacked with Julius Wilson, 3 receivers to the right. They bring Wilson in motion. Quick throw out to the right side. Bethel with the catch. Cuts back inside. Gets caught for a moment. Still spins across the 35 near the 38-yard line. Another gain of 7 on the play. Cannon in on the tackle for the Millers.
That's a good job right there, just starting 1st and 20. Rams able to make this a 3rd and 7. Still long, but manageable for this Ram offense.
So now Hall to the left. Quick throw out to the left side, and it's just off the outstretched arms of Colton Sudbeck. He's unable to reel it in, and the punt team will come on for Owasso.
Well, we talked about it right out the gate. Really good play by the offense, starting to move the football, and immediately play number 1 of the game gets a penalty, backs the Rams up. We talk about playing behind the sticks. Just kind of a rough start, not the fast start we were looking for.
So Malachi Thomas, the sophomore, in punt formation at his own 25-yard line. Gets the punt up, a line drive punt. Yebbett is back thought about getting it, didn't, and then he does, but he's caught immediately and wrestled down to the ground. Ryder Karn in on the punt coverage, and that will be where the Millers take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Let's look at the starting defense for the Rams. On the line, it'll be Taj Overton, along with Christian Turner and Ben Duggins. The linebackers, Chris Zafaris, Ryder Karn, and Cam Miller. At the corners are A.J. Roberts Jr. and Cole Campbell. And the safeties will be Christian Colazzo, Carter Langendorfer, and Peyton LeGrand. That's your State Farm agent Casey Miller starting lineup. For surprisingly great rates on home, auto, and life insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in Owasso. Quick throw on the first play is over the head of the intended receiver. The quarterback took a shot from Christian Turner. That is Wyatt Jones, who started at quarterback last week, but he was relieved in the middle of the third quarter as Yebbett was his intended receiver. Ball falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Well, that kind of starts showing that matchup. This defensive line for the Rams versus the offensive line for the Millers. Just 2 weeks ago, able to really manhandle the offensive in the trenches and kind of starting early there for the boys down front.
Yukon in their first-round matchup defeated Deer Creek 24-7, and Owasso, having won the district, had a bye week. Owasso, Jinx, Broken Arrow, and Bixby, all with bye weeks in that first round here in the quarterfinals. Jones, another throw out to the right. Shelburne able to make the catch and cut up field on the sideline as he crosses the 20 near the 22-yard line. Good gain on the play there for the Millers. And that will bring up a 3rd and 1, so a gain of 9 on the play. Just a toss out to the running back.
Yeah, it looked like Cam Miller was in a good position, just a little misjudge of an angle. Shelburne able to outrun him to the edge.
Now Lujan in at running back. He usually gets the tough yards. And now we have a timeout. Owasso. 9:55 on the clock of this first quarter. No score in our contest. This is Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
On today's edition of Owasso Rams Trivia, the category is food. Now, for our first question, what are the 4 food groups?
Milk, meat, fruit, and bread.
That's correct.
Wait, everyone in Owasso knows that Charlie's Chicken Chunks are so good. They might as well be their own food group.
Judges, are the chicken chunks at Charlie's that good? That settles it. Go see for yourself at Charlie's Chicken on 76th Street, just east of Highway 169.
Welcome back as Owasso took a quick timeout here in the first quarter. Let's go down to Jordan Corfage down on the field and get a report. Jordan?
Yeah, Steve, right before that timeout, looked like a little confusion there by the Rams defense and caused a timeout. And you guys talked about the wind earlier. It is gusty. And, Steve, your prediction of about 15 miles an hour feels pretty accurate.
All right, Jordan, thank you. 3rd and 1. Lujan in the backfield. It's going to be a quarterback run up the middle. He's caught from behind momentarily, but it's going to be close. I think it was enough by Jones to get the first down. Cam Miller was there to grab him, but Lujan was the lead blocker, and he brings quite a force in front of his quarterback. And that will be enough for the first down. Ball spotted right at the Yukon 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Millers. Now an odd setup where all the offensive line is set out near the left. Quick throw underneath the Lujan. There's one of those trick plays we didn't see in the previous game. Lujan was able to get out to the right and get another first down. And so, Grant, I expected us to see some oddities and some strange plays similar to that one, but I don't think you can ride that all game long against this Owasso defense.
Well, and yeah, you give up a first down there, a gain of 10 yards, but in playoff football, a trick play on your own side of the field didn't even make it to midfield yet. We'll take that from the Ram defense.
So another 1st and 10. Shelburne back in the backfield. Fake the handoff. Quick throw, and it's almost picked off, but it is complete. Peyton LeGrand almost able to cut underneath, but the pass is complete to the receiver Khalil. He had a big game a couple of weeks ago against the Rams, and it'll be another first down as the ball near the midfield stripe. 1st and 10 Millers.
Well, and going back to that formation on the trick play, obviously that's a setup play for something else coming down the road. We'll see that again.
Now bunch formation with a single back. Jones in the pocket, under pressure, throws it underneath, and the pass is dropped, intended for his receiver, Daniel Yebbett.
That's great pressure from Christian Turner. Just explodes in the backfield. Puts a pretty good lick on a quarterback there.
That was kind of the case in that earlier contest. Christian Turner had a great game, and you got to think that those shots that they are putting against Wyatt Jones will take effect. In the pocket, Jones throws it out to the left side. The catch by Shelburne, and there are Rams all over Shelburne to make the tackle. Peyton LeGrand, Chris Safaris, and another group of Rams on that side.
Yeah, just a simple running back screen. One thing I noticed down here, kind of a new wrinkle for the Rams, you've got Sudbeck is playing some defensive end tonight, getting him a little taste on the defensive side of the football.
So a short gain on the play, if any, brings up a 3rd and 10, so a big down here for the Ram defense. Jones in the pocket, moves out to his right. He's going to throw back. It's a wheel route underneath, and Shelburne was able to make the catch, and coming over with a touchdown-saving tackle, essentially, is Cole Campbell, and that'll be enough to move the chains.
Cole Campbell makes a really good decision there. He has a split second. The ball hung in the air a little bit long, has a chance to maybe make a play on the ball, but if he does and misses it, it's a touchdown. So a good job by Cole Campbell. Just go ahead and making the conversion on the first down.
Yeah, big 3rd down conversion, moves the ball to the Owasso 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Single receiver out to the far side. Shelburne moves to the right of Jones. He'll take the handoff. No, Jones is going to keep it up the middle, but Taj Overton is right there to make the tackle and the stop. Also has some help from Joey Grable. So a short gain on the play, 1 yard.
Well, and that's what we're going to see from Jones. Jones can throw the football, but that's not primarily what he's known for. He's got some legs, and he does a really good job of hiding the football in these read options. Having a little bit of trouble for the Ram defense last week or 2 weeks ago to be able to detect that.
Ball's on the left hash, two receivers out to the right side. Fakes the handoff. Jones under pressure. Did he get the ball away? And they're going to say it's an incomplete pass because Chris Ferris was going to pick that up and return it for a Ram touchdown, but they blow the play dead. That was going to be a big play for the Rams. Ben Duggins in on the pressure.
Yeah, again, really good job. We talk about Christian Turner. We talk about Taj Overton. Ben Duggins doing a great job just getting penetration, really just blowing up, bull rushing the offensive line.
So a big 3rd down here, Grant, but it may be 4 down territory for the Millers. Shelburne moves to the left of Jones. Jones back in the pocket. Here come both defensive ends, and the throw across the middle to Yebbett, but he's tackled immediately.
Carter Langendorfer makes a great play on the football and a good tackle, bringing up a big 4th and long.
The OSU commit, 6'2", 195. The senior comes up and really puts a shot on the receiver. And Coach Barnes will leave his offense out on the field looking at a 4th and 9 from the Owasso 34-yard line. Jones tries to get the Rams to jump offside. They do not, and now Coach Barnes is going to want to take a timeout. So with 5:50 here to go in the first quarter, the Millers moving the football. They're going to take a timeout and talk about it. No score in our ball game. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
At Restoration Chiropractic, Owasso graduates Dr. Bryce and Dr. Allie Colt know true health starts with your nervous system. That's why they use the Integrator, the only FDA-approved adjusting instrument, so there's no twisting, popping, or cracking. Restoration is just one of 5 offices in the state offering this precise, gentle technique. By restoring clear communication between brain and body, kids focus better, athletes perform stronger, and families heal naturally. When it comes to your health, trust the doctors bringing cutting-edge care back to their hometown.
Appreciate our first quarter sponsor, First Church. The first quarter brought to you by First Church of Owasso, where we love Jesus and love like Jesus. Visit First Church with 3 worship times on Sundays or online at firstchurchok.com. No score in our contest. The Millers leave their offense out on the field. Jones takes the snap, back in the pocket, and the play is blown dead, and we're going to have an offside against Owasso. Coach Blankenship not pleased with the Rams, as he must have seen that as well, Grant, as he is indicating to his defense, get back.
Well, we talk about those little penalties like that. You've got a 4th down. Ram defense playing great. Still 4th and mid-range, but just a mistake mentally again by the Rams.
So what was 4th and 9 now is 4th and 4. That will open the playbook as the play clock is stopped at 5:48, or the game clock at 5:48, the play clock down to 15. Jones fakes the handoff, looks over to the right side. He's got an open receiver. It's Yebbett, and I'm not sure that he got to the line. He's going to get a favorable spot.
Wow.
And they're going to give Yukon a first down.
I watched the sideline judge there just look back, look at where the first down marker is, and step up and make it a first down call. I don't think the ball crossed that point. As it is, it's a first down for the Millers.
So the Rams had the Millers in a 4th and 9. The penalty and the complete pass gives them a first down. Hand off to Lujan up the middle. He's hard to tackle, but finally brought down by Cole Campbell. But Lujan runs for a first down, and we've got an injured player on the field. That might be Peyton LeGrand. And so there will be a timeout for an injury as they look at him. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Casey Miller.
Hola, yo soy Casey Miller.
You guys are ridiculous. Hi, I'm Casey Miller, your dedicated insurance agent. Our team recognizes the significance of clear communication and tailored service. In addition to our expert services, we have Spanish-speaking options and cater to individuals from all walks of life. Our aim is to ensure that every step of your insurance experience is smooth and stress-free. Contact us today at 918-272-8888 for a personalized insurance experience, where excellence in service meets the diverse needs of our clientele.
Welcome back here to Owasso, as LeGrand was able to come off the field under his own power, but Lujan was able to run for a first down from the Ram 14-yard line. He remains in the game. He'll take another handoff, tries to jump out to the left. He's got some room, tries to cut up field, but he's cut down by Carter Langendorfer, who went down low and made a nice tackle. Grant, you and I were on the field earlier, and Lujan is a big, thick football player. He is somebody you probably don't want to match up with up top. He also wrestles for the Millers.
Hey, you're talking to me. My money's on this Ram defense all day.
Absolutely. I agree. I'm just saying a good tackle by Langendorfer to go down and take him down at the knees.
That's a great tackle. We got some mean linebackers and linemen right there.
2nd and 8. Shelburne back in. Fake handoff, throw into the corner, and the catch is out of bounds. Great defense by Carter Langendorfer again, as he is right in the face of the intended receiver, Khalil. And Langendorfer matched up with him in the corner of the end zone.
I was able to visit with Langendorfer before the game, and he just he looked like he was ready to play football tonight. Just seemed like he had that focus for playoff football, expecting a really big game out of him tonight, and he's already shown up.
Now 3rd down and 8 for the Millers from the Rams' 12-yard line. And, of course, we talked in the previous game, Yukon very methodical, run the play clock down. Jones fakes the handoff, back in the pocket, looking over the middle, under pressure, and this one's going to go through the uprights and out of bounds as good defense in the secondary by the Ram defenders. And it appears Coach Barnes has decided he will send his kick team for the field goal out on the field.
Kind of a lot of mental games right now with this win. You've got the Wellness Center kind of blocking it, but it seems to be, like you said, right now out of the west.
I think you have to be careful here too, Grant, because Wyatt Jones, the quarterback, he is the holder. Jonathan Haxton is the kicker. This will be a 28-yard field goal. High snap, kick is low, and it is no good, wide to the left. The high snap threw it off. Jones was unable to get the ball settled, and so Yukon on a long drive, unable to come up with any points, and the Ram offense comes back out on the field.
Wow, what a victory for this Ram defense. 14 plays for the Millers. Great offensive drive. As you mentioned, very methodical, but what a victory for the Ram defense to keep no points on the board and get this Ram offense back out here on the field.
So we'll see if this Ram offense can get rolling. 3:54 to go in this first quarter. Frankenfield over to the left, finds Jaden Hall. He cuts back up inside. He's coming back across the field, may have gotten 3. He's still going, and his offensive line continues to push forward. What I thought was going to be a 2 or 3 yard gain is turned into nearly a 7-8 yard gain.
Great gain, and the things that matter in the game this early, Darryl Green just goes down and punishes somebody in the middle of the field. They'll remember that.
Rams once again to the outside as they line up quickly. This will be enough for a first bank of Owasso, 1st and 10, and then a flag behind the play.
Really late flag.
Yes, it was, and this one's coming back.
Wow, a great zone run by Jaden Hall.
So a couple of big penalties against Owasso here in this first quarter, really keeping the momentum on the Yukon side. They'll bring this back, Grant. This is going to be marked inside the 20-yard line at the 18 of Owasso. So what looked like the Rams going to be beyond their own 45-yard line comes back at the 18. Rams line up quickly. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Frankenfield tries to get Yukon to jump offside.
Wow.
And they do, and it's like, I guess if you don't touch anybody, you're okay.
That's not the rule. Once you cross that ball, it's over.
Frankenfield fakes the handoff, throws underneath to Sudbeck, who can't bring it in. And the incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Rams.
Sudbeck just wide open. Pretty good pass by Frankenfield, just right in the hands. Maybe just a little bit of the old turning and running too fast.
Rams line up quickly. Frankenfield again tried to call Yukon offside. They don't jump this time. Now 3 receivers out to the right. Tay Bethel in the slot. You got to watch him. He's going to come to the outside. Frankenfield's going the other way. Julius Wilson high points it, comes down with the catch. And that is a big catch by Julius Wilson. And that'll move the chains for a first bank of Owasso, 1st and 10.
Really good job just putting all the eye candy down here at the bottom of the field, giving Julius Wilson a little bit of isolation, and a really good just throw and catch. Drew and Wilson, big conversion.
So that'll be a 1st and 10 in Yukon territory. Julius Wilson, the leading receiver on this Ram club, 40 catches on the season, 638 yards. They finally spot the ball in Yukon territory at their 47-yard line. Hall. No, it's Frankenfield. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left. He's going to run and run out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. As he's down to the 44-yard line. They'll actually get it spotted here.
Well, and so far the game seems to feel a lot like it did 2 weeks ago, kind of just a dead even through the first quarter. And if the Rams can score, we've seen the Millers have trouble playing from behind.
Fake the handoff. We got an open receiver. Julius Wilson again on that left side. Breaks a tackle. Still going to the end zone. Touchdown, Julius Wilson for the Owasso Rams.
Well, and we talk about the body of Julius Wilson. I mean, he's just a good-looking receiver. He's tall. He's very athletic. He's strong. And he does a great job there making a catch, an athletic move, and then fighting off a would-be tackler. And an easy touchdown for this Ram offense at a great time here early in the first quarter.
And a great throw from Drew Frankenfield having to deal with this wind. He's been spot on so far here in the first quarter.
Those are two really good throws down the sideline. And those guys have some chemistry going.
Juan Razzo on for the extra point attempt. His kick is up and through the uprights with 2:42 to go here in this first quarter in this quarterfinal playoff round. It's Owasso 7, Yukon 0. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
Hey, meteorologist Travis Meyer here, and we're going on up to the First Bank of Owasso camera. And of course, it's Friday night for high school football. Why is the camera moving? Production, can you give me a shot of what's going on? Is that Rambo? Rambo, what are you doing with the camera? You're live right now. Rambo, what are you doing? Are you dancing? Yeah, it's nice that you can dance and all that type of stuff. That's great. You know, it's wonderful. What are you doing? Okay, let's cut this feed. Yeah. Oh.
Welcome back here to Owasso, where the Rams have completed an 80-yard drive in 5 plays. It was a 44-yard touchdown reception. Drew Frankenfield to Julius Wilson, and the Rams jump out in front here in the first quarter, 7-0.
What a great answer for the Rams to be able to stop that really methodical drive the Millers had going, and then a good conversion on a third down and 2 big plays from Frankenfield to Julius Wilson. Rams getting on the board, 7-0.
So Juan Razzo, who has been perfect on extra points here in the season, will kick it off for the Rams in their black jerseys here this evening. Nice long deep kick and into the end zone. So Yukon will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So Grant, an impressive series of events there. The Rams in that first drive, couple of penalties, didn't allow them to get anything going, and then Yukon puts together a 14-play drive, comes up empty on the missed field goal, and as you mentioned, the Rams respond with a big drive, overcame a big penalty, and able to come up with 7 points, and that's certainly big.
Well, and you got to feel like that's got to put some momentum on our sideline, a little juice in the stands as well.
1st and 10 Millers. Jones with an empty backfield. Now he'll bring a receiver in. It's going to be a sweep. He drops the football. It's on the ground. Christian Turner
still on the ground.
Find it, and they're going to say it's an incomplete pass because he tossed it forward. Dylan Dotson was coming left to right, and Jones flipped the ball forward, so that essentially, by rule, is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, kind of the jet sweep, if you will. But you're right. He tosses it in a forward toss sweep and just really unable to ever come down with it.
So a lot of action, no results. Brings up 2nd and 10. Shelburne with the fake handoff. Jones gets out to the far side, and he's got some room as he's able to break the contain, and he's across the 45-yard line. Grant, no one had the responsibility covered on the far side.
And that's what he can do. I mean, he's just really good at reading a defense, using his legs to make plays. Kind of one thing we hadn't really talked about tonight, Daniel Yebbett, the wide receiver, the junior, he's a very good state record-holding high jumper. You would think at some point you'll just try to see them take a shot for him and see if he can't go up and get the ball.
1st and 10 at the Yukon 47-yard line. They'll hand off to Shelburne. He'll try to cut to the outside and get maybe 2 yards on the play before he's tackled. Taj Overton over on that side, making the tackle. gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 8. We approach 2 minutes here in this first quarter. As we mentioned, Yukon defeated Deer Creek last week, Owasso with the bye. These two teams met a couple of weeks ago down at Yukon. It was a win for the Rams. Another fake handoff. Jones back in the pocket, looking downfield. This is a long throw here to the near side, and that ball really hung up in the air, but the catch is made by Zayden Khalil.
Yeah, Khalil and Langendorf are doing a pretty good job of mutual hand fighting, but Khalil able to get just a better bit of a judgment on the football there.
That was a throw, Grant. I think it was from nearly the right hash all the way over here to the numbers on the near side. So 3rd and 1 with Shelburne in the backfield. He takes the handoff, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Taj Overton, Cam Miller, Joey Grable, and into the game.
Jude Rhodes.
That's Jude Rhodes, exactly. So a loss of 2 on the play. And here comes Lujan, the big linebacker, into the backfield. It's a 4th and 3 situation from the Owasso 46-yard line.
I want to say they're going to use Lujan as a distraction, but he's had some success running the football.
You've got to tackle him on that first hit. Try to get the Rams to jump offside. They do not. Jones looks over to the sideline, and Yukon, with 21 seconds to go here in the first quarter, they'll have to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. It's Owasso 7, Yukon 0.
This is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive in Owasso. At Christian Brothers Automotive, we send you photos and videos and diagnostic equipment screenshots and follow that up with an explanation. Because film don't lie. A photo's worth 1,000 words, and seeing it is believing it. For us, being honest is paramount. Earning your trust is the most important thing to us. We may not have always gotten it right the first time, but we've always tried to be transparent about everything we've done. So thank you, Owasso, for letting us serve your family by servicing your family car.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. Let's go down to the field and have a word with Jordan.
Yeah, Steve, that last pass there by the Millers on 2nd down really might have been the first pass we've seen tonight that was affected by the wind. It was a long pass, but a little bit wobbly, but really both these quarterbacks have done a fine job dealing with the elements so far.
All right, Jordan, thank you. You're right. That pass was thrown into the wind toward the left as 4th and 3. Jones takes the snap, looks quick to the right. Now he's going to take off running, and he's got room here on the near side, cuts back inside, and he'll get more than enough on the play as he's finally brought down at the Owasso 31-yard line. You've got to have someone on him spying, Grant. I can only imagine the linebackers must have got caught up there on the inside, but that play will move the chains, and it'll move us to the second quarter. As time has run out here in the first, it's Owasso leading 7-0 over Yukon. Come back for second quarter action. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
Not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh. Then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap, and I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
There's barbecue, then there's barbecue. Trails Inn is the barbecue headquarters of the Owasso Rams. Owner and longtime Ram fan John Cash uses locally sourced ingredients, and their meats are cooked low and slow over pecan hardwood. Trails Inn Barbecue serves smoke-blasted barbecue that is long on flavor and short on pretense. Trails Inn Barbecue is here for all your dine-in and catering needs. Trails Inn Barbecue, located at 8888 North Garnett Road in Owasso, proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
Well, we appreciate you joining us here tonight for playoff football. Also appreciate John Cash and our friends at Trails Inn Barbecue. Great barbecue, but also a great breakfast. And you can join Coach Blankenship for breakfast every Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. Yukon comes out and snaps the ball before the Rams are even out on the field, and they throw it out. And a great hit by A.J. Roberts, but Grant, the Owasso Ram defense barely got onto the field. Yukon ran out, lined up, the ball was spotted, and the referee let them play. There is a flag here on the near side. I'm not sure Yukon actually got set. Here's the call. A sideline warning against the Rams.
Well, like you said, I'm not sure anybody, coaches and players, were quite ready for that. I wasn't even sure if they had whistled the ball in for play.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Thought that might be what the flag was over.
But a great play by A.J. Roberts to keep that from being a big play. Gain of 5 brings up second and a long 5. We'll look at those first quarter numbers here in just a moment as Yukon gets the play in. Jones fakes the handoff in the pocket. He's under pressure, and he's just going to throw this ball over to the far side and almost picked off. A.J. Roberts had that one read all the way. Again, Grant, another long throw. If Roberts is able to catch that, he has clean green all the way to the end zone.
Well, and Christian Turner is right in the face.
There is a flag.
It's just holding on the offense, but likely so. There was kind of a jailbreak over there with Christian Turner.
So this will back the Millers.
I did prompt A.J. Roberts before the game and asked him if he got a pick. I said, you going to get a pick? He said, yes. I said, if you get it, or you take it to the house? He said, yes. I said, okay, give us something to talk about. So I thought he had it right there.
That's the first penalty of the game against the Millers. Owasso with 3 penalties so far, 25 yards. So now it'll be second down and 16. High snap, and we're going to have another flag on the play. This may be a procedure call against the Millers. That'll back them up another 5 yards. Looking at those first quarter numbers, Owasso 2 rushes for 9 yards. Yukon had 8 rushes for 58 yards. In the passing game, Frankenfield 4 of 6 for 94 yards. And Wyatt Jones, 8 of 14 for 60 yards. And right now the Millers, we're in the first quarter, the Millers outgaining the Rams 118 to 103. Well, we talk about the disadvantages of penalties against the Rams, but these back-to-back penalties have put the Millers in a bind as they are in an obvious passing situation. Shelburne, the running back. Jones in the pocket. He's under pressure. The ball goes up, but it's caught by Christian Turner.
Wow, he's saying it hit the ground. Wow.
Running in, and there was pressure on the quarterback from Ryder Karn. Grant, I thought that was picked off. Turner made a great effort trying to come up with the interception.
And that's Taj Overton putting his teeth in the quarterback.
You'll see it again here on the replay. Boy, that's
a catch.
That's a catch. Well, I don't know, Grant. Boy, that's close. What do you think, Jordan?
Man, it looks like a catch down here. And even I would even almost argue, even if it wasn't, but again, I think he definitely got his hands under it. But he's in the process of throwing. I don't know that his arm is really going forward to make a pass at the time he's hit, at least.
All right, so it's an incomplete pass, third down. Jones.
Another false start.
Trying to get someone to move, and you're right. This time it is the right guard who jumps. And so the Millers really undisciplined here on this drive. They'll spot the ball back at the Owasso 47-yard line.
Well, this would be the definition of 3rd and long.
Also be the situation where maybe you send about 5 guys defensively. Pressure from the Rams. 5 guys are coming. Jones tries to break it, but Taj Overton able to catch Jones along with Chris Safaris. And the Millers will definitely have to punt in this situation.
Wow, what a series. Just kind of from catching the Rams off guard with a decent play to back-to-back-to-back penalties, it seemed like, and a little bit of adversity on what could have been an interception, but a really good stand by this Ram defense.
So on to punt will be Jonathan Haxton. Back deep is Cole Campbell to receive the punt. He'll set up at the Owasso 10-yard line. Haxton able to get this punt off. It's an awkward punt, but he's going to get a favorable roll down near the 11-yard line where it will be stopped by Yukon. The Rams will take over 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line. The second quarter is brought to you by First Church of Owasso, where we love Jesus and love like Jesus. Visit First Church with 3 worship times on Sunday or online at firstchurchok.com. So Drew Frankenfield back with his offense on the field. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Frankenfield takes the snap, hands off to Hall, and he's going to be met by several Millers as he tried to go off the left side. Tough sledding that time. May have gotten 1 yard on the play.
Well, and I think this goes back to just letting this O-line wear down this defensive line a little bit. But I think Jaden Hall's your guy. I think we'll see the Rams start to get him involved in the game, but not just handing him the ball, maybe get him out in some space, throwing it to him.
Frankenfield again, hands off to Hall, tries to go out over on the right side. Got some room this time as he crosses the 15 near the 17-yard line. A nice run on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. Rams taking their time here. 3 receivers out on the right. Julius Wilson in single coverage here on the near side. Frankenfield sees it. He's going to loft one up, give Julius a chance to kick
he caught
catch. Back shoulder catch by Julius Wilson, and that is a First Bank of Owasso 1st and 10. Grant, they just don't have anyone that can cover him one-on-one.
Well, and really the adjustments he makes on the ball right there, comes back to the football, makes a really good fingertip catch.
Rams come up quickly as we get the chain set. Now Jaden Hall back out onto the field. Darrell Green will come off. Wilson in motion. Hand off to Hall up the middle. Cuts back to his right, trying to get to the outside. He needs 1 block. Gets it from Wilson. Cuts up near the 45 as he's into Yukon territory.
And you're right, really good job. You needed 2 blocks out there, but Wilson picks up the one he needs, makes an easy first down.
A First Bank of Owasso 1st and 10. Now from the Yukon 46-yard line. 8:51 here in this second quarter. Rams lead 7-0. Frankenfield, quick throw out to the near side. Tay Bethel cuts back inside, crosses the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Just short of a first down. So you go from the right hash to the left hash. It looked like they had taken a timeout for the moment, the way everybody was coming over, but Owasso just running some tempo here.
Owasso doing a really good job of substitutions down on this offensive line, keeping some guys fresh.
Barrett Blankenship in at right tackle. Nick Rosas coming out. 2 receivers out to the right. Wilson here on the left. Frankenfield looking toward Wilson. Throws one deep down the field. Wilson's got room. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. What a job by Julius Wilson. They just can't cover him. and Drew Frankenfield drops it in the bucket.
Wow, Drew and Frankenfield and Julius Wilson have just got some sort of chemistry. I don't know what they did in practice this week, but those guys are really starting to connect. Drew does a great job just stepping up in the pocket, letting kind of the offensive line push around him, and finds Julius Wilson, who had two guys, but just a little undercovered, as you mentioned.
On for the extra point attempt, Juan Rizzo. He says he's ready. Snap back, hold us down, and the kick. Through the uprights, 8:02 to go. Here in this second quarter, it's Owasso 14, Yukon 0. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
Did you know every major professional sports league uses softwave therapy? From the NFL and NBA to MLB and the PGA. Top athletes trust it to recover faster, heal injuries, and stay in the game. At Restoration Chiropractic, Owasso graduates Dr. Bryce and Dr. Ali Colt bring that same cutting-edge technology right here to Owasso. Softwave activates your body's very own resident stem cells to start the healing process in the damaged area. Whether it's the knee you keep putting off surgery on, a herniated disc, or neuropathy in the feet, come get your first session at Restoration Chiropractic for just $50.
Welcome back in here to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth. I'm Steve Mowry, Grant Mowry, here by our side in Owasso. It was Wilson from Frankenfield in the first quarter for 44 yards. This time not as far, 38 yards, but a great throw by Frankenfield and a great catch by Julius Wilson.
How about Wilson? 5 catches for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns to start this game.
In a quarter and a half. He could have a 300-yard
quarter and a quarter.
Quarter to quarter. So the Rams tee it up. Razzo will kick it off. Line drive kick. This one may be held up just a bit. We've got stoppage on the play. They're going to say a procedure call against Owasso. So they'll back the Rams up to the 35-yard line where they will re-kick.
Well, the Rams haven't had a penalty in a few minutes, so get the special teams involved in some of that action.
Juan Razzo will tee it up one more time. Wind doesn't feel like it's blowing, well, out to the left. It looks like it's still going fairly well. Now we're ready to go one more time. He'll kick a line drive back to the 5-yard line. Catch is made. Out to the 20, 25, and hit and thrown down to the ground. 3 Rams in on the tackle. Coming in off the pile, I believe that's Will Baker. So a nice job on the catch there. Got some other scores of interest here in the area. Playoff action. We'll give you that here in just a moment. First and 10, Yukon from their own 32-yard line. Jones with the snap. Quick throw out to the right side, and it's over the head of Yebbett as Jones takes another hit and peels himself up off the turf.
You got to think Jones is just remembering a few things a couple weeks ago with this defensive pressure, and then again, just a quick refresher this evening.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Other scores in the area, Jinx leading Edmond Memorial 20-0 in the second quarter. Bixby leading Union 28-7. That's in the second quarter. And another flag on the play here allows me to tell you that Broken Arrow leads Mustang 14-0. Owasso leading 14-0 here. If those scores continue in that direction, Owasso will play Jinx next week, and Bixby would play Broken Arrow. I thought Broken Arrow might get a little more resistance from Mustang, but it appears the Tigers are in control of that game here in the first half.
It's a little early.
So 2nd and 15 as the ball backed up to the 27-yard line. Handoff to Shelburne, as he tries to go to the left side and is unable to get more than 3 yards on the play. Ben Duggins along with Taj Overton. They'll give him a gain of 4 on the play. Mizell Maxon will come in for Duggins. That'll move Taj Overton to the nose position. And a 3rd and 11 for this Ram defense. Two receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Jones in the pocket. He's got some time. He's going to go long down the middle of the field looking for Yebbett. He overthrows his receiver, and good coverage by Langendorfer. No flags on the field. That'll bring up 4th down. And with this down in distance, Coach Barnes has to send his punt team out on the field. Grant, there was a block punt for a safety in that game 2 weeks ago, and Yukon has had some issues.
Well, and you just got to think in playoff game, loser goes home. At some point, you're going to start seeing Yukon reaching that bag of tricks.
Haxton will punt. He's able to get it off. This is not a good one, as it's going to be a short punt. He gets a decent roll as they tried to push one of the Rams into the ball. Finally gets it stopped at the Owasso 38-yard line, where the Rams will take over 1st and 10. Rams with 2 drives here in the first half. They scored in 1 minute, 12 seconds in the first quarter. 5 plays covering 80 yards, and then that last drive, 6 plays covering 89 yards in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. And that's where we are here with 6:40 on the clock.
And you always feel like this point in the game, 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go, up 14-0. If the Rams can take a little time off the clock and score here, going in the half 21-0.
And again, a handoff to Hall over the left side, but the first thing I saw, Grant, was single coverage again here on Julius Wilson with no help over the top.
Well, and what do we talk about? 5 catches, 145 yards. I mean, at some point, you just keep, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I see it again. I mean, you're right.
2 receivers out to the right. Hall here to the near side, cut back up inside, but he's hit rather rudely by Lujan.
And the Millers have done a fairly good job of bottling up the run game this evening, but it's starting to open up those guys like Tay Bethel, Julius Wilson, Colby Whiteman.
So gain of 4 on the play brings up 3rd and 3.
And you can see how many guys are in the box right now just to start the...
It's going to be a sugar huddle. Up to the line quickly. It's a direct snap to Hall. A good fake on the inside. He's trying to get to the outside. Gets a block from his quarterback, and Hall's going to be able to run for a 1st down. Frankenfield was over on the far side and threw the key block that allowed Hall to bounce free to the outside, and it's a First Bank of Owasso 1st down. Rams line up quickly, empty backfield. Frankenfield looks to his left, shoulder fakes, now throws underneath to Bethel. Bethel shakes to the inside, now gets to the outside, shakes off a defender there, and he's finally brought down at the Yukon 21-yard line. Another 1st down for the Rams, and we've got a referee down on the field.
I want to say that was a non-contact injury. Might be a knee injury here.
And the Owasso training and medical staff comes out quickly onto the field.
They're calling for the EMTs.
So we're going to take a timeout here. It's Owasso 14, Yukon 0.
Hey, Owasso, you know these guys are big Ram fans. Before you take another Ram road trip, make sure your car is ready to go with a visit to your local Robertson Tire. From new tires to oil changes and so much more, the Robertson family has you covered. Visit them at 8431 Owasso Expressway or find one of their 14 locations all across the Tulsa Metro.
Robertson Tire. Keep rolling with Robertson.
Okay, gang, the game is tomorrow. Where's Rambo? Has anybody seen Rambo? Come on, let's go. Come on, go find him.
Hey, Coach B, we're gonna need your help.
We got a season to play. You haven't been out here. Get that look off your face and let's get to work. This way. That way. Fast. Whoop. Oh, okay. All right, well, you're good at other things.
All right, welcome back. Jordan, you just gave us a report. Can you repeat that to us?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Just spoke with Paul Croft, and Paul confirmed it just looked like the official got tripped up, and unfortunately when he fell just really head to the turf. So quick check in the medical tent. He's already back out on the field and looks like he's ready to continue.
Okay, that's good news. Thank you, Jordan. And always a scary moment when you see someone go down like that and you don't know if he was hit or if it's a medical condition or what, but good news to see him back out on the field, and he appears to be okay. So the Rams, 1st and 10 at the Yukon 22-yard line.
I'm Dr. Caleb Nelly with Tulsa.
5:12 to go here before halftime. Yeah, I think they're going to make the referee come off anyway. That was not his decision, so they're going to check him out. They'll ref this with 4 referees now. Frankenfield fakes the handoff, quick throw over the middle. It's Tay Bethel. He outruns the defender to the end zone. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. Bethel is special. He comes out of the slot. A dart from Drew Frankenfield to the end zone, and the Rams extend their lead 20-0 with the extra point pending.
I mean, it just looked like a pregame warm-up, just a 2-step up and across the middle. Just looked like they were warming up, throwing a little simple pass and catch, and Tay Bethel is too fast. Nobody able to catch him. Easy touchdown for the Rams.
Juan Razzo will come out for the extra point. He gets lined up. Bryson Francis is the holder. And Yukon jumps offside. I think they were trying to time their jump with the cadence, and Owasso was able to draw them off. And we'll see if Coach Blankenship wants to go for 2. And they're going to send the offense back out on the field. So from the 3-yard line, now you're looking at the 1.5-yard line. Now we've got a timeout on the field. Grant, we're going to keep it right here. Your thoughts so far through this first half of play?
Yeah, not the immediate fast start we were looking for, but Rams do a good job of overcoming some penalties, some big third down conversions. Ram defense is showing up tonight, doing a great job in coverage in the secondary. Defensive line creating great pressure. The linebackers are doing a good job of tackling. I'd say all around just a couple little things, very small penalties that we're able to overcome. But the Rams doing a great job. Total offense for the Rams so far through this contest, 254 yards. To the Millers, 127 yards. Just doing a great job. Just like seeing these guys continue to compete and hustle. And so far, I mean, everything seems to be going the Rams' direction.
Offensively, defensively, special teams. I think the Rams with 4 penalties in the game, I guess you would say that's good for them at this point in time. Had a couple early they had to overcome. Quick sugar huddle, direct snap. Jaden Hall tries to get to the outside, and he's going to be tripped up, but he's on a man and pops back up. He's at the pylon, and they say he's in. Jaden Hall looked like he was stopped once, then twice, but he wasn't down, and he gets to the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, just a good job of continuation by Jaden Hall. A little bit stopped in the backfield, but falls on top of a defender, able to stay up. Thought they might try to call him down, but he does a good job. Good job by the referee crew, keeping eyes on that. And a good job at the pylon, Jaden Hall.
It looked like as he began to move to the outside that he was going to be tackled, but he basically just sat down on the defender. He never touched down and was able to dart to the pylon and get in for the 2-point conversion. And with 5 minutes to go here before halftime, Owasso leading 22-0 over the Millers.
I think the Rams started that drive with 6 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Kind of odd. Just felt like that drive took a lot more time off, but a couple of stoppages. There's still quite a bit of time left in this first half.
Juan Razzo's been one of the busiest men here in this first half. He's going to tee it up again. That's something that gets lost sometimes, Grant, is the ability to kick it deep and into the end zone. He's perfect on extra points. And he'll kick it off once again here for the Rams. Nice line drive kick. Fielded right at the goal line, and they'll let him come out with the football. 20, 25, 30. A good return by the Millers.
I think that's the backup running back, George Keith.
So a nice job on the return for the Millers as they will start 1st and 10 right at their own 30-yard line. I feel like the Rams have had a really good rhythm offensively, though, here in this first half.
And it seems we do that when we keep these penalties away. We really do seem to flow. Now Yukon with the handoff. It's going to be a reverse. They're looking for a receiver downfield. This could be picked off. Yebbett was trying to force off the defender. I don't know, Grant. That looked like Yebbett had his arm trying to push off on Langendorfer. I don't want to Yebbett has a hold of Langendorfer's face mask.
Let's see what this is, because I thought Langendorfer was in great coverage, and they're going to say that's against the Rams.
Yeah, Yebbett has a handle on Langendorfer's face mask, pulling his head down.
Jones has not been extremely proficient with the long ball, and that combined with this win, he has really hung a couple of passes up in the air to give the Rams an opportunity for an interception. This is going to be a big mark-off against Owasso, as that will bring the ball up to the Yukon 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Now the Ram defense, they don't seem to be pleased with that last call as they rally around one another. Jones with 2 receivers to the right. Quick throw out to the right side. Yebbett with the catch. It's blown up there by Campbell as he forces the play back to the inside, and coming from the inside is Cam Miller to make the tackle. Four-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd and 6.
And the Millers do their typical. I mean, they really do just slow the game down.
And they did this in the previous game. They do not get out of what their game plan is. They stay with it. They work the clock, and it works for them. Now 3 receivers out to the left. Jones, quick throw out to the left, and he overthrows his receiver. It's almost picked off there by Cole Campbell. He picks it up. Jones gets knocked down.
Well, Christian Turner delivers a blow. I'm not sure that pass wasn't behind the line of scrimmage.
Cole Campbell, he thought so as he picked it up and was headed to the end zone. But they're going to say incomplete, and that will...
Yeah, that ball's behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a lateral. Jones is right on the 45, and he throws it back to the 44-yard line. As it is, it's 3rd down and 6. Jones with a high snap, but flags on the play before he's able to start the play. This will be a procedure call against the Millers. So 3rd and 6 will now turn into 3rd and 11. Backing Yukon up to their own 44-yard line. .358 on the clock here before halftime. Rams get a stop. Obviously plenty of time for them to get another score on the board in this first half.
I just keep going back to a couple of miscues. I mean, that's a lateral. You had Christian Turner with a possible pick. I mean, this game could be really out of hand.
Well, Carter Langendorfer called for the PI that we're not real sure of. Now Jones in the pocket, looking to his left, throws it up, and almost picked off, but couldn't reel it in. That was Langendorfer again. Carter Langendorfer has been all over the field tonight.
When the ball was in the air, you just saw Langendorfer break it. I almost said, there it is. And really, he had it and just drops it. He almost over-caught it, if you will. He kind of tries to secure the catch too much and just unable to come up with it. Either way, he's in good position. Good play by Carter.
So Haxton on to punt for the Millers. Cole Campbell is back. He's at his 30-yard line, so not giving much credit to Haxton. Pressure up the middle. We've got a flag on the play. Campbell makes the catch. Tries to cut up on the inside. He's caught from behind. We'll come back to see what the flag is. And it's going to be procedure against Yukon. Let's see if we want to make them kick it again.
No, we'll decline it. Good job by Cole Campbell. Does a good job not only making a fair catch, but to catch the ball and not let it advance, but advance it. That's a 20-yard swing. Rams starting with great field position here on their own 40.
3:42 on the clock. Plenty of time for this Ram offense. Wilson and Bethel out to the right. Hall in the backfield. Hall takes the handoff, tries to come to the left, and there are a lot of white helmets in there, but I think Hall was tackled by his face mask.
And really, that's unfortunate for the Millers because they had great pressure.
Yeah, there were 3 white shirts right there in the backfield.
Yeah, I believe that's Michael Johnson. Does a really good job, but unnecessarily grabs the face mask. I mean, the Millers make a great play, and, again, just nothing to show.
So that will advance the ball near the 50-yard line, actually across the 50 into Yukon territory at the Miller 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 Rams.
Good to see our referee back out there. It
Yes.
looks like he's back and healthy.
Frankenfield changes the play. Back in the pocket. Got Wilson in single coverage here on the near side again. Wilson tries to jump inside the defender. Ball may have been just a little bit underthrown.
But again, we talk about that wind. I mean, it's just kind of hard to gauge on a throw that long. They've done a really good job connecting so far this evening.
Trendon Turner in coverage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now 2 receivers out to the right. Frankenfield. Hand off to Hall. Cuts back up inside and almost able to split 2 defenders, but he's tackled just inside the 35-yard line, but that will be an Owasso first down.
And you're right. I mean, he almost just bounces right between 2 guys in a middle wedge and has nobody else in front of him, but another good pickup for Jaden Hall.
1st and 10 Rams. Wilson in motion. Hand off to Hall on the left side. He's got some room. Cuts back inside. And he's going to be tackled. Daniel Yebbett.
And that's a great almost touchdown saving tackle by Yebbett. Hall usually, he's pretty shifty. To get him in the open field is a good tackle.
As it is, gain of 7 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 3. Rams taking some time here as the clock rolls down to 2:25. Plenty of time. Hull takes another handoff, comes out to the left, finds his hole, runs over a man. No, that's Chris Ferris. My goodness. He snuck in on me, and then he snuck in on the defender.
I was going to say, you realized real quick when that blow got delivered, didn't you?
Yeah, I rechecked the number. And so another First Bank of Owasso 1st and 10. Zafaris will stay in at running back. He's a wrecking machine. Frankenfield fakes the handoff, throws over on the right side. And
Bethel. Yeah, here we go.
There should be 3 flags in on that as he was held and grabbed and almost tackled. And this will be pass interference on the Millers, an easy call for the referee.
And Bethel fights through it, almost still able to get a hand in on it.
Referees will have their conference and decide where they will mark this down. Ball right now at the 24-yard line. As we walk this off. Now we're down at the Miller 12-yard line. 2:11 on the clock. Rams lead 22-0. Hall back in at running back. And we've got offside by the Millers. Flags came out on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Now we see Darrell Green come back in for Barrett Blankenship on the offensive line. This offensive line, really, Grant, has done a nice job here in the first half.
Well, they have, and they've done a really good job, too, with the depth, using that rotation to keep guys fresh, get them watered up, and really moving some guys. The pass protection is what's been really, really special tonight.
So the clock stopped at 2:11. Frankenfield with Hall to his right. Now Bethel comes in motion. Now back to the right. They just toss it to Bethel. Then he stops, plants his foot.
There are guys rolling everywhere. Tate Bethel does a really good job putting his right foot in the ground, cutting up field. Just really not a whole lot of room. Picks up a couple yards still, though.
Clock under 2 minutes. 2nd down and 4. The Rams can get a first down at the 3-yard line. Actually, the 2-yard line. Frankenfield with Hall to his right. Quick throw in the corner, and
it's picked off by
Yebbett. Wow.
Really just didn't look like Drew got that ball quite high enough to give Julius Wilson a chance for the jump ball, but Yebbett in a good position and makes the catch. And a turnover on downs for the Rams.
First turnover of the game.
Well, right before the half, you've got that. You know, Rams have all the momentum. You think you're going to go up here, go up another touchdown. And Rams unable to convert. Not only that, give the Millers just a little bit of life here. All eyes on this Ram defense here on this drive. Get a stop. Only 1 minute and 28 seconds on the clock. And the Millers have struggled throwing the ball down the field so far this evening. We'll see what they come out here with.
Jones back in at quarterback.
Shelburne motions out, hands it off. Shelburne. Good tackle by the Ram. Good pursuit by the Ram defense. Shelburne were able to pick up about a yard or two. They'll give him 3 on the play.
We got a man down for Yukon.
So with that, we'll take a injury timeout. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
When it comes to family dinner, Waldorf Chicken makes everyone happy. Kids love the hand-breaded tenders and creamy mac and cheese. Parents love the deal. Every Tuesday, Kids Eats free with the purchase of an adult entry. Whether you are craving sandwich, wings, or fresh salad, Waldorf has something for everyone. With 3 Tulsa area locations open 7 days a week, plus catering for any event, Waldorf Chicken serves up flavor and smiles. Waldorf's, where family favorites are made fresh every day.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Welcome back here to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. 3rd and 7 for the Millers. 2nd and 7 for the Millers. Jones takes the snap in the pocket, looks over the middle, and the ball's tipped up, and the Rams able to come up with the interception. Back to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Did he get there? Touchdown, Owasso Rams. It's a pick 6 for Owasso.
Julian Carson
with the pick 6. Wow. That ball was tipped up about 20 feet high in the air. And Grant, all you could see in the area were black shirts. Carson comes down with it, gets to the outside, and he gets to the pylon. It's a pick 6 for Owasso.
Well, it was one of those deals. The ball was tipped so high in the air, you thought our own guys would run into each other. But Carson comes down with it, does a great job down the sideline, and dives in the pylon. We waited for the call, but as it is, a touchdown for Carson.
Big play by the sophomore.
32-yard return for Carson. Well, just when I said all the momentum and this and that, Carson makes the big play. And as it is, the Rams are up 28-0 pending this PAT.
So I guess we had unsportsmanlike conduct on the play. That'll be enforced on the kickoff. On Razzo on for the extra point attempt. Francis gets the sign. Now the hold. And the kick is up. And it's good. 59 seconds to go here before halftime. And the 32-yard pick 6 by Julian Carson with the extra point makes it Owasso 29, Yukon 0. This is Ram football on your Owasso Sports Network.
Okay, gang, the game is tomorrow. Where's Rambo? Has anybody seen Rambo? Come on, let's go. Come on, go find him.
Hey, Coach B, we're gonna need your help.
We got a season to play. You haven't been out here. Get that look off your face and let's get to work. This way. That way. Fast. Whoop. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, you're good at other things.
Welcome back here in the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. From check engine light diagnostics to full engine repair services, go see Ray Adcock and his team at Christian Brothers Automotive here in Owasso. Well, the unsportsmanlike conduct will back Juan Razzo and his kickoff team to the 25-yard line. Yukon was able to come up with an interception in the end zone, but the Rams able to return the favor and add 6 points on the interception by Julian Carson, the sophomore. Great downfield blocking by Ben Duggins. High kick, fielded at the 16-yard line, out near the 30, trying to cut outside is the returner. That's Dylan Dotson. And so with 53 seconds to go here before halftime, Yukon 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Well, Grant, we saw the Ram defense trying to rally one another here a couple of series ago, and certainly that last play, there's different ways of being scored against that hurt, but that one really was a dagger for Yukon.
Well, right after Yibbitt makes a great pick in the end zone, you think, okay, a little momentum. If the Millers are able to go down and score, we've got a 15-point game at the half, and just like that, it's 29-0 Owasso.
Jones in the pocket. Pressure from the near side. That looked like a hold. That's a tackle as Jones' throw is complete.
And good coverage was Ryder Karn. Good tackle.
But, Grant, it looked like Christian Turner off this left edge was just tackled down to the ground. No call on the play. It's a gain of 9 for the Millers. 2nd and 1. Jones looking downfield over the middle, and the ball's tipped up again. The Rams almost able to come up with another pick. Carter Langendorfer again in the area. He's had his nose in everybody's business here tonight.
Just the Rams secondary is doing just a great job in coverage. I mean, there have been a lot of black shirts around the football in the secondary all evening long.
3rd and 1. This may be a time when Jones decides to keep the ball and run himself. That's what he does. Goes off the left side, and he's got about 7 on the play before he's wrangled out of bounds. Colton Sudbeck in on the tackle. Also, I believe with him, Cam Miller. So it'll be a first down, 17 seconds to go here before halftime. Rams trying to get a stop as the ball spotted right at midfield.
We'll have a timeout, looked like the Rams called a timeout here.
I think you're right. With 17 seconds left, we'll take a timeout as well. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it loving others. Spend it knowing you're loved. Spend it nourishing your body. Spend it strengthening your soul. Spend it planning out every little detail. Spend it knowing you're part of a bigger plan. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Welcome back here to Owasso. Rams leading 29-0, and Grant's making fun of me here in the booth. Rob kind of joined in with him that time. I don't appreciate that, so.
About to have to tag Jared Gallagher in the booth.
Out here. Here we go. Jones with a throw over to the left side. It's Shelburne out of the backfield. He's pushed out of bounds.
It looks like you're going to have enough time for maybe 2 plays here.
That was Carson again to knock him out of bounds. 11 seconds on the clock. 2nd down, and we'll call it a long 5. Yukon with multiple substitutions in the game. Part of that was Wyatt Jones, the quarterback, running to the sideline to get the play. He's got 2 receivers here to the near side. Yibbitt on the left side. Jones in the pocket. Looks to his right. Throws one over the middle, and it's picked off. This one could go to the house. It's Langendorfer to the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. Carter Langendorfer with another pick 6 for this Ram defense.
Well, and as you said it, Langendorfer's had his nose in business all night long and gets the pick 6 as time expires here in the first half. What a great way to end this half. Back-to-back pick 6s for the Ram defense.
Langendorfer read that like an open book, and after he made the catch, Grant, he had 4 black shirts in front of him, and there were no white shirts really that had an opportunity to make the stop. And to finish it off, Juan Razzo on for the extra point attempt. High snap. Francis gets it down, the kick is up, and it's good as 0-0's on the clock here at halftime. There's a late flag on the field. But as we go into halftime, it's Owasso 36, Yukon 0. Let's find out what this flag is, and Jordan, we'll try to go down to you here in just a moment. It was well after the play, Grant, but I could not tell, as a referee's going to come over and talk to Coach Blankenship. And they're going to send them on to the house. And that will bring us here at halftime. Jordan, let's go down and see if we can get Coach Blankenship's thoughts.
Yes, sir. I'm here with head coach Bill Blankenship. Coach, great first half for Julius Wilson in the passing game. What are your thoughts on just Drew's connection so far with your wideouts?
Yeah, Drew is just really sharp. Their guy made a great play right at the end on the last drive, but we sharp quarterback-wise, Julius and Tay doing what they do. But I think the big talk is the defense, and these two scores by the defense already.
Yeah, you beat me to it. 2 scores by the defense. What do you think about that group?
Let me tell you, that makes coaching a whole lot more fun. It's a lot of fun for these guys, and we got a 15-yarder because Julian, the sophomore, made the pick 6, and that's pretty exciting.
And then a big lead at the break, but a long way to go. What's your message in the locker room?
Hey, we're going to play next week, but we got to finish it well and finish it smart, not get sucked into some bad stuff. Let's be efficient. Let's get out of this and continue to get better.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Steve and Grant, back to you guys.
Thank you, Jordan. We appreciate that. Grant, some quick thoughts here as we go into halftime.
I mean, you couldn't ask for much better. The way the first drive came out, Rams penalties, get the ball punted away, and then really good job recovering, overcoming that. And the defense, like we've talked about, 2 pick 6s. They've played solid. I don't know what else you could ask for, up 36-0 in the second round of a playoff game.
Rams leading in this one and are in full control. We're going to take an extended timeout, come back, and we're going to go over some numbers with you. And I got a feeling most of those are going to favor the Owasso Rams. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling. The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
The Folds of Honor exists to meet sacrifice with hope. When U.S. service members and first responders are killed or disabled, the Folds of Honor steps in with life-changing scholarships for their spouse and children. This noble mission holds the power to unite Americans. As we link arms and pledge our unwavering support to those who protect our freedom and our families. Join us.
Hey Rams! Shields has your game day essentials for football, volleyball, cross country, soccer, and more. Plus all the fresh fits you need right in one place. From Nike to Hoka to Adidas, find all the iconic brands you love so you can feel and perform at your best. Our experts are here to help you get suited up with the gear and styles that are just right for you. Everything you need at Tulsa Shields, located at the Woodland Hills Mall.
Life is always in our ear about opportunities. Exploring them, seizing them, taking a moment to breathe them in. When speed is crucial and completion is the end goal.
We gotta move a little faster.
But sometimes completion isn't the end, but the next beginning. Tulsa's first, Tulsa's only, Level 1 Trauma Center.
Hi, this is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive in Owasso. This year marks 13 years since we opened the doors for business. You see, our family lives in Owasso, we own a business here, we attend church here, and all 4 of our kids have gone to school here. We live in this community too, and we fully expect that we'll see our customers again at the grocery store, at a local restaurant, or at a Friday night football game. We have a built-in accountability system to our customer base because we also do life in Owasso. So thank you for letting us serve your family by servicing your family car.
The trenches, where roads are won. Ram 1500. Quick, tough, relentless, raw strength, no compromise. Ram HD. Haul more, tow bigger, hit harder. These are Ram Power Days. Jim Glover Dodge.
Now let's talk about Tackle Tuesday. I think it's a good idea. If you're not being productive, if you're not being fun, you get tackled.
Hey Sarah, I asked for these reports at 2 o'clock. It is now 2:03.
But don't worry, Rambo would never tackle a guest.
Well, break time's over. Time to go serve some customers.
I'll come over there when I'm good and ready.
Hey, I'm Keith too, your hometown insurance guy. You know, insurance doesn't have to be confusing or boring. So if your car decides to tango with shopping cart or your home springs a leak, I'm the guy you want to call. In fact, I'm so confident I can save you money on your current auto insurance that if I can't, I'll give you $25. Yep, you heard me right. $25 straight from my pocket to yours. So when life throws you a curveball, don't stress. Just call me, Keith2, at 918-928-4545 or visit me online at owassoinsuranceguy.com. Let us help you get the insurance you need and deserve for your family. Go Rams!
Imagine a free checking account that finally fits your vibe. No weird rules, no stress, just simple freedom. Visit okcu.org to learn more.
When it's time to celebrate a sweet Owasso Ram victory, nothing will do quite like Nothing Bundt Cakes. From personal buntlets to individual bunttinis for the entire team, you'll discover a bunt load of flavor for every occasion. Visit Nothing Bundt Cakes in Owasso, located in the Smith Farm Marketplace. Nothing Bundt Cakes, proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
On today's edition of Owasso Rams Trivia, the category is food. Now, for our first question, what are the 4 food groups?
Milk, meat, fruit, and bread.
That's correct.
Wait, everyone in Owasso knows that Charlie's Chicken Chunks are so good. They might as well be their own food group.
Judges, are the chicken chunks at Charlie's that good? That settles it. Go see for yourself at Charlie's Chicken on 76th Street, just east of Highway 169.
At Restoration Chiropractic, Owasso graduates Dr. Bryce and Dr. Allie Colt know true health starts with your nervous system. That's why they use the integrator, the only FDA-approved adjusting instrument, so there's no twisting, popping, or cracking. Restoration is just one of 5 offices in the state offering this precise, gentle technique. By restoring clear communication between brain and body, kids focus better, athletes perform stronger, and families heal naturally. When it comes to your health, trust the doctors bringing cutting-edge care back to their hometown.
Hi, I'm Casey Miller.
Hola, yo soy Casey Miller.
You guys are ridiculous.
Hi, I'm Casey Miller, your dedicated insurance agent.
Our team recognizes the significance of clear communication and tailored service. In addition to our expert services, we have Spanish-speaking options and cater to individuals from all walks of life. Our aim is to ensure that every step of your insurance experience is smooth and stress-free. Contact us today at 918-272-8888 for a personalized insurance experience, where excellence in service meets the diverse needs of our clientele.
Hey, meteorologist Travis Meyer here, and we're going on up to the First Bank of Owasso camera. And of course, it's Friday night for high school football. Why is the camera moving? Production, can you give me a shot of what's going on? Is that Rambo? Rambo, what are you doing with the camera? You're live right now. Rambo, what are you doing? Are you dancing? Yeah, it's nice that you can dance and all that type of stuff. That's great. You know, it's wonderful. What are you doing? Okay, let's cut this feed. Yeah.
This is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive in Owasso. At Christian Brothers Automotive, we send you photos and videos and diagnostic equipment screenshots and follow that up with an explanation. Because film don't lie. A photo's worth 1,000 words, and seeing it is believing it. For us, being honest is paramount. Earning your trust is the most important thing to us. We may not have always gotten it right the first time, but we've always tried to be transparent about everything we've done. So thank you, Owasso, for letting us serve your family by servicing your family car.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap, and I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
There's barbecue, then there's barbecue. Trails Inn is the barbecue headquarters of the Owasso Rams. Owner and longtime Ram fan John Cash uses locally sourced ingredients, and their meats are cooked low and slow over pecan hardwood. Trails Inn Barbecue serves smoked blasted barbecue that is long on flavor and short on pretense. Trails Inn Barbecue is here for all your dine-in and catering needs. Trails Inn Barbecue, located at 8888 North Garnett Road in Owasso. Proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
Did you know every major professional sports league uses soft wave therapy? From the NFL and NBA to MLB and the PGA. Top athletes trust it to recover faster, heal injuries, and stay in the game. At Restoration Chiropractic, Owasso graduates Dr. Bryce and Dr. Allie Colt bring that same cutting-edge technology right here to Owasso. Softwave activates your body's very own resident stem cells to start the healing process in the damaged area. Whether it's the knee you keep putting off surgery on, a herniated disc, or neuropathy in the feet, come get your first session at Restoration Chiropractic for just $50. Hey Owasso, you know these guys are big Ram fans. Before you take another Ram road trip, make sure your car is ready to go with a visit to your local Robertson Tire. From new tires to oil changes and so much more, the Robertson family has you covered. Visit them at 8431 Owasso Expressway or find one of their 14 locations all across the Tulsa Metro.
Robertson Tire, keep rolling with Robertson.
Okay, gang, the game is tomorrow. Where's Rambo? Has anybody seen Rambo? Oh, come on, let's go. Come on, go find him.
Hey, Coach B, we're gonna need your help.
We got a season to play. You haven't been out here. Get that look off your face and let's get to work. This way. That way. Fast. Whoop. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, you're good at other things.
Hi, I'm Dr. Caleb Nelly with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso.
And I'm Dr. Ian Goodman with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso, and we are your team physicians for the Owasso Rams.
Hi, I'm Katie Strappy.
And I'm Zach McGinty.
I'm Kate Hayes.
I'm Destry Millsap.
And we are the athletic trainers for the Owasso Rams.
Here's some of the services that we provide in the Tulsa Bone and Joint Athletic Training Facility.
Owasso Ram football on the Owasso Sports Network is presented by the following sponsors: Trails Inn Barbecue, Sooner Mobile X-Ray, All Things Cake, 918 Doco, Tulsa Tech, Big Biscuit, 918 Family Wellness, Raising Cane's, Capstone Roofing, Robertson Tire, Charlie's Chicken, Keith 2 Hometown Insurance, Nothing Bundt Cake, Jersey Mike's, Tulsa Accident Care Center, Restoration Chiropractic, Waldo's Chicken, First United Mortgage, Shields, Maury Funeral Home, Brew Coffee, Oklahoma's Credit Union, Jim Glover Auto Family, Ascension St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, St. Francis, Eagle Window Tent, First Bank of Owasso.
When it comes to family dinner, Waldo's Chicken makes everyone happy. Kids love the hand-breaded tenders and creamy mac and cheese. Parents love the deal. Every Tuesday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult entry. Whether you are craving sandwich, wings, or fresh salad, Waldo's has something for everyone. With 3 Tulsa area locations open 7 days a week, plus catering for any event, Waldo Chicken serves up flavor and smiles. Waldo's, where family favorites are made fresh every day.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Okay, gang, the game is tomorrow. Where's Rambo? Has anybody seen Rambo? Come on, let's go. Come on, go find him.
Hey, Coach B, we're gonna need your help.
We got a season to play. You haven't been out here. Get that look off your face and let's get to work. This way. That way. Fast. Hoop. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you're good at other things.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it loving others. Spend it knowing you're loved. Spend it nourishing your body. Spend it strengthening your soul. Spend it planning out every little detail. Spend it knowing you're part of a bigger plan. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Welcome back here at Owasso at halftime, where the Rams lead the Yukon Millers here in this 6A1 quarterfinal. Owasso 36, Yukon 0. Steve Mowry, Grant Mowry bringing you the action here tonight. And let's look over those first half numbers. It has been all Owasso Rams. They have, in the rushing game, 12 carries for 82 yards, and Yukon 12 carries for 73 yards. Looking at the first downs, Owasso has 9, Yukon 10. Yukon has 8 first downs on their first 2 drives and have been held to only 2 first downs since that time. Looking at the passing yardage, Drew Frankenfield is 10 of 15 with the 1 interception for 197 yards. On the other side, Jones is 12 of 24, 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes back-to-back, and he's thrown for 81 yards. Field position for the Rams, they are starting at as an average at their own 28-yard line. Yukon from their own 25-yard line. 6 penalties against Owasso in the first half for 60 yards. 8 penalties against Yukon for 61 yards. Time of possession, and this was the same story with the game at Yukon. It was the Millers with 15 minutes, 18 seconds here in this first half. Owasso 8 minutes, 42 seconds. But you look at the scoring drives for the Rams offensively, 1 minute, 12 seconds, 2 minutes, 21 seconds, and 1 minute, 48 seconds. And then to end the first half, back-to-back pick sixes. Rams are 3 of 4 on third down conversions. Yukon 3 of 10, but they are 2 of 2 on fourth downs. In the rushing game for the Millers, it's Lujan with 2 carries for 13 yards. Shelburne 4 carries for 7 yards, and Jones, the quarterback, he's been the leading rusher tonight for the Millers, 6 carries for 53 yards. As we mentioned, he's 12 of 24 with 2 interceptions, 81 yards. His favorite receiver has been Shelburne out of the backfield, 4 for 28 yards. Lujan 1 carry for 11 yards. Khalil 3 receptions, for 30 yards. Yebbett has 3 receptions for 8 yards, and Campbell 1 reception for 4 yards. For the Rams offensively, it has been Jaden Hall, 10 carries for 74 yards. He got that 2-point conversion. Frankenfield 1 carry for 3 yards, and Safaris 1 carry for 5 yards. In the passing game, Tay Bethel has 4 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown. Hall with a reception for 8 yards, and Wilson 5 receptions for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. Grant, you look at those numbers, and we'll tie this in with the second half adjustment sponsored by Restoration Chiropractic.
Well, I mean, some of these numbers do and some don't. I mean, the time of possession does not surprise me because the Rams have that quick strike ability, plus 2 pick sixes, probably totaled about 12 to 15 seconds. What kind of surprises me is it feels like the Miller defense has done a pretty good job of bottling up the run game, but Jaden Hall still has 74 rushing yards, but he's had a couple really good runs that he's just kind of crossed the field with some really good blocks, one thrown by Drew Frankenfield, one thrown by Julius Wilson, some really good blocking downfield. Kind of another surprising to me was Lujan, 1 carry. I mean, he had a good first down carry, and we thought we'd see a heavier dose of him this week as they need to kind of get that run game going early. But I guess the Ram offense has really forced them into passing the ball, kind of relying on that. But, Jones, their quarterback, has done a great job, not thrown really good passes, not really, especially in this win, but they've been able to complete. Overall, just a little stymied on some of that things, but Rams seem to just be moving and flowing. Hopefully, I expect him to come out in the second half, probably get a good drive or two, and see some substitutions and move on to next week.
I'd say their back is in pretty good condition right now, but for the sake of our friends, Dr. Alley and Dr. Bryce, anything that you would change? Is there anything that you see that you would maybe want to work on offensively? I don't know what it would be.
I guess I keep thinking of the broken record. Just as we get further and further, the Rams have really grown. They developed these players are great. Julius Wilson's one of my most improved players from last year. The guy's just a stud now. Really, the way he's been able to adjust and come back to the football has been a big story throughout the season for him. And you've still got guys that like Tay Bethel that can do that. Colby Whiteman's a threat out there too. And I guess my only other adjustment, Sudbeck's run some good routes. Like to see him bring a couple of those in. But overall, just a really good half by the Rams all around.
That's our second half adjustment sponsored by Restoration Chiropractic. Owasso grads Allie and Bryce Colt, they know what it takes to be a champion, so go see Dr. Allie and Dr. Bryce at Restoration Chiropractic in the Tie-In Plaza today. Jordan, if you are with us down there on the field, I think we had some first half ending events that you could bring us up to speed upon.
Yes, sir, Grant. Steve. That's right. We saw a couple flags there on that PAT to end the half, and a Yukon player was ejected. I'm not sure if he said something or what the reasoning for that was, but a player was ejected, and so Owasso here will have 15 yards on the opening kickoff to start the second half.
Any idea who that player was?
I don't, but I will find out.
All right, Jordan. Well, thank you for that. That's certainly a development here to begin the second half because Owasso received the first half kickoff. They will be kicking off here to begin the second half. And, of course, Grant, I don't know what you could say when you're down 36-0, but it's your final game of the season. And to be ejected from this ball game, that would be disappointing as a football player.
Well, and that actually brings up another good point for the Rams. We're playing next week. We're playing a good team next week.
Right.
You can't, like Coach B kind of mentioned it, you can't get sucked into these mental games that are about to
Yeah.
there's going to be some stuff come up here. There's going to be some personal fouls as games get chippy with guys snapping that chin strap for the last time in their careers. And so you just want to see these Rams come out, stay disciplined, keep your head on your shoulders, and come out of here just clean and healthy.
So the Rams trying to see exactly where they will kick off from, and it looks like Juan Razzo will tee it up from the Yukon 45-yard line.
Which automatically is just a high onside, try to make somebody call a fair catch, get a pin back behind the 20.
Or he may just kick it into the stands. Nope, I think he's setting it up as a well, I'm not sure. Let's see what he does here. Yep, it's going to be a high onside over toward this near side, and a nice play by the Yukon kick return team, trying to see.
Elijah Kinley does a good job of just diving and making a good catch.
Yeah, that's a nice play.
Kind of that awkward diving potential, but kind of an odd kick, really, by Juan Razzo. It wasn't really a high onside, just kind of a little bit of a floater that had a lot of spin on it.
But there were black shirts in the area that if Kinley does not field that cleanly, the Rams may start with another turnover in their favor. As it is, 1st and 10 Yukon from their 28-yard line. Jones fakes the handoff. He's going to run to the outside, and he's got some room as he gets about, well, I thought he had 8 on the play, but he may have bolted up for another yard. It'll be a gain of 9, so that will bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a pretty good kind of show of speed from this Ram defense because Jones really has a lot of green grass, and he's got some legs, but still able to stop him for only a gain of about 8.
Second down for the Millers. Hand off to Shelburne, just off left guard, and he's able to get the first down as he crosses the 40-yard line at the 41 of Yukon. 36-0, our score. Julian Carson with a pick 6, and then Carter Langendorfer with a pick 6. All of that with under 1 minute to go in the first half. Hand off to Shelburne. He has nowhere to run.
He'll lose a yard or 2.
Cam Miller in on the tackle for the Rams. Also, Ryder Karn. Loss of 2 on the play brings up 2nd and 12. Jones with Shelburne to his right, 2 receivers to the left. Jones pulls the ball out, tries to swing around to the outside, but this time he is caught and tackled in the backfield.
That's Mizell Maxson making a great play.
Yes, he did a great job coming in from that defensive line, 6'1", 225-pound junior. Now Christian Colazzo will come onto the field for Joey Grable. 3rd and 14 for the Millers. Even though they're down 36-0, they stick with their game plan. And now I believe they have taken a timeout, and they have 10:09 to go here in this third quarter. It's Owasso 36, Yukon 0.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nerves pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Welcome back here to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth, looking at other scores within the area. It is the Broken Arrow Tigers leading the Mustang Broncos 17-7. Jinx in control over Edmond Memorial 34-14. If the Rams and Trojans able to hold on, they'll meet one another next week for another semifinal matchup. And Union trailing Bixby 37-7. Jones with the hard count tries to get the Rams to jump offside. They do not. 2 receivers to the near side. Shelburne. Jones in the pocket looking down long for the throw on the far side of the field, and the interception is made as receiver and defender fighting for the ball. But coming up with it is
Cole Campbell. Makes a great play. He does a really good job, kind of a clinic way to play the ball. Just good defense, turns his head around, and makes a great catch for interception number 3 on the night. Well, the Ram defense has showed up tonight.
Cole Campbell, one of those players, Grant, that we have missed a lot of the season, and it is really good to see him be able to get some playing time with the last couple of district games, and he is showing how much he has missed playing on this Ram defense as he comes up with the interception.
Yeah, it showed great signs last year as a sophomore. Kind of overcame some lower back injuries earlier in the season, doing a great job.
Frankenfield hands off to Hall. He's got some room up the middle, gets about 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Rams.
I'm not saying the Rams won't throw the football, but we'll probably see a heavy run plus some swing passes just to kind of get this clock moving. As a big substitution into the game, and they're excited about it. I think it's Caden.
We're going to go with Lawless.
Lawless is in the game, and they're excited. The boys are happy.
He'll take the handoff, runs up the middle, shows some burst, and gets a gain on the play. Nice job going off that right side. He'll come back over to the sideline and get some high fives. Now Jaden Hall back into the game. Rams looking at a 3rd and a short 1. They're going to come out of a sugar huddle. Direct snap to Hall. He's got some room up the middle. Breaks to the outside across the 45-yard line. That'll be enough for a First Bank of Owasso 1st and 10. Move the chains. Keep the clock rolling. Seeing Darrell Chop Green in the backfield for the Rams. A big burst by Jaden Hall here to the near side, near the 30-yard line, and then he's going to be wrangled out of bounds, kind of a bulldogger type tackle, but there is a flag in the Rams' backfield. That's in the vicinity of holdings. Let's see if this one will come back.
And just a good counter cutback play by Jaden Hall makes a giant cutback lane.
Personal foul against the Rams. Not sure what we saw on that. I was following Jaden Hall downfield. I love his patience when he comes up to the line, and as soon as he sees that hole, he's able to burst through. And I think tacklers on the defensive side, they misjudge that sometimes. So it'll back the Rams up to their own 32-yard line. Still first down, but a long way to go. 1st and 25. Wilson here on the near side. Whiteman and Bethel in the slot. Frankenfield in the pocket, throws a screen underneath. Jaden Hall got a good block on the outside to the 40, near the 42. Fell forward near the Owasso 43-yard line, so able to pick up about 10 of those yards.
Looks like we might have another flag down.
So again, this will go against the Rams.
Well, you asked me the adjustments, and that's just the thing. It seems like when the Rams have that rhythm, they're almost unstoppable offensively, and then these little interruptions that just kind of take away from what you're doing.
Sean Kellogg comes back onto this offensive line. Kellogg, a 6'3", 315-pound junior. Frankenfield in the pocket. Plenty of time. Throws a long pass here to the near side, and that pass not even trying to attempt the interception. That was Tahir Neal as he jumped up and kind of did the two-handed swat. Pass intended for Julius Wilson. That ball held up. Again, Grant, we've still got some strong winds blowing from the west, and
I'm going to say it almost seems like it's actually picked up.
yeah, when you throw from that far hash to the near hash, that ball, it tends to hang up and flutter. So the incomplete pass stops the clock at 7:20. Frankenfield hands off to Hall. He's got room on the left side, cuts back inside, across the 40, now across midfield. It's a foot race to the end zone. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Owasso Rams. Jaden Hall showing you why he's one of the top running backs in the state of Oklahoma.
And man, when you and I talk about the improvement, he's already a good player. Last year in a 3-back system, the rotation, we wondered, can he handle the load of a single back this year? And he continues to prove us week in and week out. And his athletic ability, and then right there you get to see his speed. Just a great breakaway, good vision, good block, and a good run by Jaden Hall.
Just makes it look so effortlessly as he outruns the defense. Juan Razzo on for the extra point attempt. Bryson Francis awaits the snap and offside against Yukon as they tried the hard count once again. So let's see. Oh, they're going to say this is against Owasso.
We had a left tackle or left guard move. Okay. I wondered if they saw that first or not. But, yeah, we definitely did flinch there on the left tackle.
So this will back the extra point attempt to the 15-yard line. It'll be a 25-yard extra point. Francis, another high snap, but Francis able to get it down, and the kick is blocked by Lujan. And so with 7:05 on the clock, it's Owasso 42, Yukon 0. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
When it comes to family dinner, Waldorf Chicken makes everyone happy. Kids love the hand-breaded tenders and creamy mac and cheese. Parents love the deal. Every Tuesday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult entry. Whether you are craving sandwich, wings, or fresh salad, Waldorf has something for everyone. With 3 Tulsa area locations open 7 days a week, plus catering for any event, Waldorf Chicken serves up flavor and smiles. Waldorf, where family favorites are made fresh every day.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it loving others. Spend it knowing you're loved. Spend it nourishing your body. Spend it strength.
Welcome back here at Owasso, where the Rams, on a 74-yard touchdown run by Jaden Hall, Point after was blocked, but Owasso leading 42-0 here in this third quarter. 7:05 on the clock. Razzo will kick off, and this one into the end zone for the touchback. The Millers will come out and start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Well, Grant, we were working the Rams over on penalties on that drive. I guess it's always nice to be able to just hand off to your senior running back and let him take it to the house.
Well, that was the story 2 weeks ago. It just seemed like the Rams got backed up and never failed. Jaden Hall, next play, overcomes and more.
And again, the underappreciated sometimes offensive line of the Owasso Rams doing an outstanding job here tonight. You've had Brooks Barron, Barrett Blankenship, Hunter Goodenow, Nick Rosas, Darrell Green, Sean Kellogg. Those guys up front really have been the road graders. Quick throw by Jones over to the right side, and it's out of the reach of his intended receiver, but A.J. Roberts over there in coverage, and you know he's got to be thinking he could get one in the action of these interceptions as well.
Well, you mentioned the offensive line. You know, that was a question coming into the season compared to last year, but these guys are really good that we've got down front.
2nd down and 10. Hand off to Shelburne. He bounces to the outside, and a nice job with the corner. The aforementioned A.J. Roberts Jr. comes up and makes a nice tackle, holding Shelburne to a gain of maybe, I didn't think he got that far up, 6 yards on the play. Still 3rd down for the Ram defense.
I really like the style of A.J. Roberts, the senior, 5'10", 165, but he gets his nose in a lot of action.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Shelburne, the running back, behind Jones. Fake the handoff. Long throw down the right side. It's up for grabs. Cole Campbell unable to turn around just in time, and the catch is made by Yebbett. That's really the first long, deep pass that the Millers have been able to connect on here tonight.
Well, and great coverage by Cole Campbell. He actually gets a hands on it, tips it, but Yebbett's still able to come down on the deflection.
So the big gain on the play will move the ball into Ram territory at the Owasso 37-yard line. Jones hands off to Shelburne this time. He gets caught up on the inside and bounces out to the left. And the Rams looked like Carson had a chance to make a tackle, couldn't quite get there. And then Julius Wilson in defensively along with Cam Miller on the tackle. And a flag on the field. I think we've got hands to the face against the Rams. So we're getting close to double-digit penalties here tonight.
That's number 10.
As Rob lets me know that is number 10. Grant, that's the one area that I'm fearful of going into next week's game against Jinx. And if you're able to win that one, Bixby.
I mean, yeah, you're at the point in the season. When you reach the semifinals, you have to play a perfect game.
Bixby ranked number 1, Jinx ranked number 2, and Owasso number 3. Jones fakes the handoff, looks over to the right side, and overthrows Yebbett, which has got to be a high pass because he is the state champion high jumper.
Well, and it just looks like Jones just kind of throws it in the area, which I don't blame him with a guy like that. But it just doesn't really look like he's kind of aiming anywhere specific other than in the general area for Yebbett. And that's why I think we've had some success tonight with his Ram defense and the interceptions.
So 2nd and 10 as that pass is incomplete. Clock stops at 4:52 in this third quarter. Jones able to get to the outside. He's got some room, cuts back inside the 5, down near the
I'll mark him at the
maybe
1.
the 1 yard line. Taj Overton will come out as Ben Duggins will check back in the game. Defense has been on the field a lot here tonight. Clock continues to roll. 4:20 in this third quarter. Two receivers to the left. Shelburne, the running back, takes the handoff, runs up the middle, pushes himself into the end zone, and it'll be the first score of the game for the Millers. And now Haxton on for the extra point. They get set. Snap back, hold is down, and the kick is up. It is good with 4:10 to go here in this third quarter. Yukon with their first score of the game as they trail the Owasso Rams 42-7.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling. The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Welcome back here in the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth. Rams leading 42-7. Yukon able to travel 80 yards on 7 plays in 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
And they've got to stick to their thing, just a good methodical drive, couple big plays, and again, penalties. I mean, you would expect an onside kick here, as the Rams hands teams looks like it's in and ready as well.
So the Millers will line up. Still a strong breeze coming out of the west. It's been strong all night long. I think the strongest we've seen here all season. So Haxton bounces one on the ground, get the high bounce, and it bounces away from the Rams. I think Yukon may have come up with this one. The Rams hand team was backing up. I'm trying to see who was up front there for Owasso, Grant. That looked to be like Caleb Coker.
Yeah, just a really good kick, kind of bounces right off Coker, maybe off the pads, off the chest area, and just a fortunate bounce, kind of bounces out of his reach where he can't even dive and recover it.
Well, it was kind of that he was backing up and, like you would in baseball, kind of got caught in the between hop, and it was just a perfect bounce off of the shoulder pads, the chest, and bounced right back to Yukon.
And as you mentioned, the Ram defense has been out here for a while now, and they will remain on the field.
So 1st and 10 Millers at the Owasso 48-yard line. Jones with a deep drop, looking downfield. He's going to launch one deep for Yebbett, and it's picked up by Carter Langendorfer. He's got room here on the near side. He's looking for black shirts in front. He's to the 40, across midfield, to the 30, the 20, cuts back inside, back outside, and he's caught at the 1 yard line, but we got a flag back at the Owasso 30-yard line, but Carter Langendorfer has been a ball hawk here tonight.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because it looked like Cam Miller and Yukon Miller were just kind of hand-fighting, blocking. Didn't look like much other than just kind of what we talked about, a little bit of chippiness from the Millers, just the ball's already past them. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to call there.
Yeah.
If you watch it again, it's just a mutual kind of hand fighting. Ball's passed, and they're just kind of shoving each other. As Langendorfer goes and gets some oxygen and some water.
Well, he just ran 93
I was
yards.
tired watching him, I'll be honest. Now, but again, as it is, Ram football, another great pick. 4 interceptions of the night, 2 for Langendorfer. And that's against Yebbett that he makes a great play on the football.
In any case, the Ram offense will come back out on the field and start 1st and 10. Bryson Francis in at quarterback. He'll hand off to Hall, who finds some room.
Lawless is in the game.
Okay, he is back in the game. So Coach Blankenship going with several of his twos.
Or as we say, offensive weapons. Bryson Francis has got great speed, has a great arm. Lawless has already shown what he can do.
Julius Wilson still in here on the near side. Another handoff to Lawless. He's got room off the left side, showing some skill as he cuts back inside. I think we had a late hit against Yukon, but the referees keep the flags in their pockets as we approach 2 minutes. That'll be a first bank of Owasso, 1st and 10.
And you're right, Lawless really does show a great athleticism, makes a good blocking down front, but he makes a great cut in the secondary.
Francis with a handoff to Lawless again. He's got some room up the middle. He's near the first down marker, and he may move the chains one more time. Yes, they do. First down, Rams.
Well, you're seeing a burst of speed, too. I haven't seen much of Lawless, and really you like the athleticism of the cuts, but he shows this the downhill speed.
Again, though, Grant, this offensive line really starting to get some movement up front. Rams watched the defense set up. Now look over to the sideline. Francis back with the snap. Hands off again up the middle. The burst to the outside. He's across the 45 to the 40 and thrown out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Thought there might be a late flag out of bounds, but it's not the case. Grant, we're seeing something a little bit different here tonight. Someone who hasn't even really been mentioned on our depth chart. A 5'10", 170-pound junior. And he's pretty much taken over this drive. He'll take another handoff again on the right side, busts through inside the 20-yard line.
When you mentioned it, what a burst. The offensive line has pushed everybody back 5 yards before he even has to deal with contact.
So it'll be a first down for the Rams once again at the Miller 20-yard line. Just a very methodical drive by this Ram offense. Simple runs off right tackle. Will they do it again? Yes. Lawless on the carry. Same play. He's got room. And we're going to have a flag from the white hat here in the backfield.
Wow, he showed some patience there.
There'll be a hold against the Rams.
I'm seeing a whole new element. He's showing the same patience as watching Jaden Hall. Great burst of speed.
1 second on the clock here in this third quarter, brought to you by Eagle Window Tint. Eagle Window Tint in the 5th Avenue Business Complex offers 10% off for all military and first responders. And all tents have a lifetime warranty only at Eagle Window Tint, proud supporter of Owasso Athletics. And that is the end of the third quarter, brought to you by Eagle Window Tint. And they will finish with a 42-7 lead, Owasso over Yukon. Fourth quarter coming up. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
Well, we head to the fourth quarter, and it's Owasso 42, Yukon 7, looking at numbers through three quarters. Owasso now with 21 carries for 234 yards on the ground. Yukon 20 carries for 114 yards. In the passing game, the Rams 11 of 17 for 202 yards. Yukon on the other side, 13 of 29 for 118 yards. The Rams have doled out 436 total yards to Yukon's 232. But Grant, you look at the penalties, the Rams have given up 125 yards on 12 penalties. Again, an area that they need to clean up.
Well, yeah, that's just – I won't get it done in a semifinal matchup with Jinx.
Hand off to Lawless, this time off the left side, and he'll get about 6 on the play. So Caden Lawless being fed the football nearly every down here. They'll give him 4 yards on the play. Now the Rams will look over to the sideline and get the play call. Lawless moves to the right of Francis. Francis in the pocket. He's going to loft one up over on the far side. Colby Whiteman, it's over his shoulder. He can't get that. It was actually thrown over his head out of bounds, so he didn't really have an opportunity to make the catch.
I think it's not a bad throw. I think it's just a lot of jersey pulling down here on the near side. Whiteman runs a good route.
Another baseball player on this Ram football team. Hand off to over on the left side. That's Lawless once again.
Yeah, it looks like he runs right in the backside of Barrett Blankenship.
And that will bring up 4th down, so Coach Blankenship is going to give Juan Razzo an opportunity at a long field goal here. This will be about 40 yards as Francis will spot it at the 30. Razzo gets lined up, gives the head nod. Hold is down, nice kick. He did get it up, and it is through. A 40-yard field goal for Razzo. That's got to make Coach Blankenship feel good.
So 44 2 weeks ago and 40 this week. You know, we've talked about the element a kicker can bring here in high school, not only just the kickoffs and the job he's done of just getting the ball in the end zone, not giving another opponent a chance for a return, but he's really showed off some good accuracy and good length on these field goal attempts.
So the Rams lead 45-7. 10:05 on the clock.
Rams are able to take 5 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock with that drive, spanning 57 yards, capped off by a 40-yard field goal. In 8 plays.
So Juan Razzo will tee it up once again. Do I have that correct? Or do we have a different kicker in?
I do. I think that is a substitution.
I think we have Daniel Worthington, a 6 foot, 150-pound sophomore, that is going to kick off for Owasso. It's going to be a high onside here on the near side. The fair catch is made at the Yukon 34-yard line, where they will start 1st and 10. Appreciate Brew Coffee, our 4th quarter sponsor. With multiple locations in Green Country, Brew Coffee House is dedicated to providing the highest quality coffee and fast service to our communities. Visit Brew Coffee House after every Owasso victory.
Looks like we got a few substitutions on the defensive line. I see Eric Johnson in at nose guard.
Hand off to Shelburne. Tries to get out left and gets maybe 2, maybe 3 yards on the play before he stopped. And you just mentioned Eric Johnson. He was in on the tackle. Also, Julian Carson remains in the game. Exciting night for him with that pick 6. Handoff, Shelburne breaks to the outside. He's got some room. He'll have a first down near the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Evan Washington in on the tackle.
Not quite at midfield as they'll bring the ball back to the Yukon 49-yard line. Jones rolls to his right, looking downfield. The out pattern catch is made. Knocked out of bounds. Cason Austin on the reception. First down for the Millers. Clock continues to roll. 8:10 on the game clock. Ball spotted right at the Owasso 40-yard line. Jones hands off to Shelburne right up the middle, and he finds running room there inside the 35. Actually right at the 35. Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. Now we've got some equipment adjustment made for Yukon. Jones fakes the handoff. He's looking deep downfield. He's got an open receiver, and the catch is made, and he falls into the end zone. That's a touchdown, Millers. Catch made by Khalil, but there is a flag. Let's see if they wave this off. It's going to be a hold against Yukon. Wow.
Well, it looked like a busted coverage in the secondary. Cam Miller actually ends up in coverage there, but I'm not really sure that's where
he was supposed to be.
Yeah, kind of lucked into coverage. I'm not really sure there.
While they mark this off, Grant, we've got some scoring updates. Bixby all over Union, 51-7. Jinx all over Edmond Memorial, 53-21. Broken Arrow, 27, Mustang 14. That game in the fourth quarter. Jones takes the snap. Again, he's going to look downfield and throw one up for grabs. The Yukon player was trying to shield off the defender of Owasso as the ball falls incomplete. No flag on the play.
Well, we've talked about it all night. Jones, the ball just floats. I mean, it just seems like it gives the defense enough time to get back under it.
So 3rd down upcoming for the Millers. They need 15 yards to move the chains. Hand off to Shelburne. He's trying to work his way through near the 40-yard line. Didn't quite get there. Joey Grable in on the tackle. In fact, I said 40. He barely got across, given credit, just across the 45-yard line. 4th down. Miller offense stays on the field. Jones in the pocket under pressure, throws over to the left side. This ball's going to float out of bounds and fall incomplete. And the Ram defense has held once again. Jones still on the turf. Grant, I thought he took a beating a couple of weeks ago, but he has taken another one here tonight.
Yeah, just the defensive line has really just been in the backfield, plus just the blitz packages the Rams have brought all night. Just a lot of pressure.
Coach Barnes is furious with the referee, and he's going to be flagged. Coach Barnes all the way out to midfield on the Ram logo, and he's giving these referees an earful that his quarterback is down, and I think he's gone. He got one flag, and he kept barking at the referee, and they are telling him to go to the locker room.
Man, you want to get these Rams back on the sideline, kind of get refocused.
Yep.
These are those little things you don't want to fall into those traps as a Rams will look to move on next week and play the Trojans.
Let's go down to Jordan. Jordan, can you hear anything?
Nothing I can repeat, but yeah, just a lot of arguing. I think the issue that the Yukon coach was pointing a lot to his quarterback. I think he felt maybe that there was maybe a low hit on his quarterback, but I'm not sure I saw anything to that point. But I think that's his argument right now.
All right. Well, Coach Barnes is going to head to the locker room here in this fourth quarter with 5:42 still showing on the clock. And really, Grant, it's been a successful season for Yukon based on their recent history. And so you're going to add another 30. And we'll see if Coach Barnes has to walk to the locker room. They're going to back the Millers up back to their own 26-yard line.
Well, and I think that was fourth down, so I believe it's Ram football.
You're right. It was fourth, and this will give Owasso 1st and 10 at the Miller 26-yard line.
Another new running back in the game, it looks like, might be B.J. Crisp.
Francis fakes a handoff and just gets tackled by an ankle as he's near the 20-yard line, but if he's able to slip out of that tackle, he scores. You mentioned it earlier. He can throw the football, but he has great speed as well. Clock under 5 minutes. Gain of 5 on the play brings up 2nd and 5. Rams are going to take their time. Francis with the snap. Hands off to Crisp. Not much room this time. Maybe got a couple of yards. Well, if these scores hold up, Grant, we will have a rematch with the Jinx Trojans. Very similar to last year's semifinal game, a triple overtime victory by the Rams. Having lost to the Trojans earlier this year in kind of an awkward game where it looked like Owasso was in control in the first half and the Trojans able to win that game.
Yeah, it just seemed like Owasso was really dominating the Trojans in that first half. I think we were up 21-7 and just halftime adjustments came out.
Francis on the keeper gets to the outside, flag in the backfield in the area of holding, so this may come back. He had enough for the first down, and it will be a hold against Owasso. 13th penalty of the game. Penalties, 135 yards. And Grant, you just can't give up that much yardage to an opponent when you get into the semifinals against anybody. But now you're looking at Jinx. If you're able to win that game, Bixby or Broken Arrow.
When you're talking about holding penalties heavily tonight, and it's just holding penalties that really haven't affected where the football's been.
Francis in the pocket, looks to his left, throws it underneath. It's going to be a screen. Chris. Nope, it's going to be Mahika, and he is picked up and thrown on his head. No flag on the play. Quite the body slam tackle, if you will. Now under 3 minutes. Francis takes his time getting the play in. He'll relay that to his offense. 16 seconds on the play clock. Francis with a dart over the middle and then a hit on the receiver.
Like Andre Hardman. Looked like he had a chance there, just maybe a hand out of reach.
So it'll be a turnover on downs. Yukon will send their offense back out on the field one more time. Fans beginning to head for the exits.
Well, we've
it's
had
a bit windier and a bit cooler here
we
tonight.
have, but for the band not performing at halftime tonight, we had a pretty good showing, and they've stuck around because it's cold and windy out there.
I think that Yukon needs an extra player on their offensive line. They were missing a left tackle. Now he's lined up.
Don't forget, Waldo's will be open tonight till midnight.
Something special going on?
DJ till 11, staying open for the after-game celebrations of the Owasso Ram football team.
Sounds like the place to go.
We want to encourage everybody. We have had a good showing tonight, but fans did a really good job last year showing up last year to Claremore for the semifinal matchup in a great, great football game against the Trojans. Hoping everybody will make it out this week as well.
Of course, that site to be determined, seeing what availability of fields in the Tulsa County area are available. Jones on the keeper trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be tackled still in the field of play. Jackson Suggs in on the tackle. Well, you've got Bixby at number 1, Jinx at number 2, Owasso number 3, and Broken Arrow number 4. And those are the 4 teams that are going to make the Final Four in the semifinals. Quick throw out to the left. Lujan with the football, and he is a train rolling downhill as he crosses the Yukon 40-yard line. We're under a minute to go left in this contest.
So are you telling me, well, no matter what, there'll be 2 Tulsa County teams playing in Oklahoma City or in Edmond at Wentland Stadium? That's what you're telling me.
Well, that was part of the underlying.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Because, I mean, nothing makes more sense than 2 Tulsa County teams driving to Oklahoma City to play for a state championship. Pass over the middle is through the hands of the intended receiver, Yebbett, and almost picked off again by the Rams. Going to get me started on that one?
I thought I'd at least poke you before you went home.
Well, yeah, now
Make
you
sure
have.
you didn't fall asleep early.
Now it's here. You want to get real? We'll get real. Jones with the handoff, coming out to the near side and near the 50-yard line into Ram territory, and you have a host of black shirts in on the tackle, and that will end this here in this quarterfinal matchup between Owasso and Yukon. It's the Rams on top, coming out victorious 45-7 as teams will shake hands at midfield. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and wrap this up for you. This is Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network.
The Folds of Honor exists to meet sacrifice with hope. When U.S. service members and first responders are killed or disabled, the Folds of Honor steps in with life-changing scholarships for their spouse and children. This noble mission holds the power to unite Americans. as we link arms and pledge our unwavering support to those who protect our freedom and our families. Join us.
Hey Rams! Shields has your game day essentials for football, volleyball, cross country, soccer, and more. Plus all the fresh fits you need right in one place. From Nike to Hoka to Adidas. Find all the iconic brands you love so you can feel and perform at your best. Our experts are here to help you get suited up with the gear and styles that are just right for you. Everything you need at Tulsa Shields, located at the Woodland Hills Mall.
Life is always in our ear about opportunities. Exploring them, seizing them, taking a moment to breathe them in. When speed is crucial and completion is the end goal.
We gotta move a little faster.
But sometimes completion isn't the end, but the next beginning. Tulsa's first, Tulsa's only, Level 1 Trauma Center.
When it comes to family dinner, Waldorf Chicken makes everyone happy. Kids love the hand-breaded tenders and creamy mac and cheese. Parents love the deal. Every Tuesday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult entry. Whether you are craving sandwich, wings, or fresh salad, Waldorf has something for everyone. With 3 Tulsa area locations open 7 days a week, plus catering for any event, Waldorf Chicken serves up flavor and smiles. Waldorf, where family favorites are made fresh every day.
Welcome back to Owasso, where the Rams win their quarterfinal matchup with the Yukon Millers, defeated the Millers at their house 2 weeks ago, come back here in the rematch. And the Rams, pretty convincingly, Grant, able to come away with a big win here tonight. They will move on to a semifinal matchup against Jinx. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Let's go down to Jordan as he has Coach Blankenship.
Thanks, Steve. Here with Coach Blankenship. Coach, again, defense was the story of the night. Four interceptions, 2 pick sixes. Just another opportunity for you to gush on that group.
Oh, I'm telling you, the job that Coach Neal and his staff have done, and then our guys buying in, that is a good offense. You know, they haven't had a great season, but they are a good offense that we completely manhandled and got the picks. Even had one long one called back, so couldn't be prouder of the way they played.
And then a win tonight gives you another opportunity to practice on Thanksgiving. I know that's a big special tradition here. Just talk about what that means to your guys.
Well, first of all, it means we're in the Final Four. And Thanksgiving practice has always been great tradition because it tells you you're deep in the playoffs. And I am so happy for this team. And we're gonna enjoy, we're gonna give thanks, and we are gonna get ready to go play in the semifinals.
And we'll talk about that semifinal matchup real quick. It looks like you'll get Jinx again, another matchup with them. Of course, met them in week 2. What are your just initial thoughts about that matchup?
Well, that's, it's kind of what we would have guessed. I think they've earned it. I think we've earned it, and we'll see what the matchup looks like. I'm excited about it.
Coach, thanks always for your time. Good luck next week.
Thank you, brother.
Stephen Grant, back to you guys in the booth.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Grant, the thoughts of Coach Blankenship there, and like he said, for those who have attended the breakfast that we've had at Trails Inn Barbecue every Wednesday at 7 a.m., you thought this matchup was coming up. I think everybody thinks that Bixby is the forerunner, and rightfully so. It'll be an interesting matchup if Broken Arrow is able to hold on to their game, which it looks like they will. It'll be an interesting matchup between the Tigers and the Spartans, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think just, looking at everything, it's exciting. We talk about years past, you hate losing football games, but it just seems like whoever wins the first one loses the second one.
Yeah.
And you kind of just got to at least like your chances of, we've lost one, maybe these guys are hungry. This team has improved significantly, and so have the Trojans, and so have the Spartans, and the Tigers as well, clearly. But really just excited to see this team. Injuries have not plagued us yet.
Right.
Knock on something here.
Right.
It's just really exciting to see these guys grow and develop, and looking forward to the matchup next week.
And I think you bring up a good point when you talk about the way this team has grown. We've seen Owasso teams grow over the years, but this team from the beginning, the first 2 or 3 games, to where they are now, I'm not sure I can remember an Owasso team that has grown collectively as much as this one has.
Yeah, we've had teams in the past that are just super talented, and this is a very talented team that's really, I guess as you say, the game has really started to slow down for these guys. It just looks like they're understanding football more as high school kids. We joke about it. These guys don't watch football on Saturdays or Sundays, and so they're starting to understand concepts, and you're watching them go out and compete week to week and love what we're seeing.
Let's look at the numbers here as we get ready to close this out. First downs in the game, 14 for Owasso, 17 for Yukon. The Rams with 245 yards on the ground, 24 carries. Yukon 149 yards on 26 carries. Through the air, it was Owasso 12 of 20 for 211 yards, 1 interception. But for Yukon, not quite as successful, 15 of 34, 144 yards, 4 interceptions, and we'll say 2.5 pick sixes. Carter Langendorfer looked like he was going to have 2 in the game and came away with 1, but 2 picks for Langendorfer. Carson with a pick as well. So the defense playing outstanding. You talked about it earlier. The secondary played as well tonight as maybe we've seen them all season. They're peaking at the right time, as is everybody else. Penalties in the game, you and I talk about this all the time, 13 penalties for 135 yards. Yukon on the other side, 12 for 116, so you got 25 total penalties in the game. Third down conversions.
Does that count the 2 on the coach?
Well, yes, it does,
okay.
Rob says.
Those 2 quick ones, okay, making sure.
Back-to-back, Coach Barnes, having some problems there at the end. Third down conversions, 4 of 7 for Owasso, 4 of 13 for Yukon, and the Millers were 2 of 3 on fourth down. Looking at Yukon individual numbers, it was Lujan, 2 carries for 13 yards. Shelburne, 13 carries for 43 yards, the leading rusher for the Millers. He had the lone touchdown in the game for Yukon. Jones, 10 carries for 80 yards. In the passing game, Shelburne was the leading receiver with 4 catches for 28 yards. Lujan, 2 catches for 29 yards. Khalil, who really had a pretty good game against us a couple of weeks ago, quieter here tonight, 3 catches for 30 yards. Yeah, but we kept thinking he was going to break out. A decent game a couple weeks ago. Again, not so much tonight, 3 catches for 45 yards. Looking at the Rams, it was Jaden Hall, 13 carries, 160 yards, had the big touchdown run of 74 yards, I believe it was, the 1 touchdown. Also had the 2-point conversion. Lawless behind him, 8 carries for 73 yards. And then Frankenfield, Zafaris, Chris, they all had 1 carry. Frankenfield, 11 of 17 for 202 yards and 3 touchdowns. Julius Wilson, he did the damage early. Grant, when you look at that, 5 catches for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think he's a matchup problem for anybody that we face. Tay Bethel, he's been a little bit quieter, 4 catches for 44 yards, but he did have the touchdown here tonight. Hall, 2 catches for 13 yards, and Mojica, 1 catch for 9 yards. So really dominating numbers there for the Rams as we get ready for the Jinx Trojans. First of all, let's talk about the Tulsa Accident Care drive of the game. What are you going to pick out as your drive, and I'll let you know if you're right or not.
Yeah, definitely the drive where we had the penalty and overcame a long third down to Julius Wilson on the far sideline, then followed it up with another long pass to Julius Wilson for the touchdown. I think that's what put us up 14-0. That's by far the drive of the game.
Okay, so you're going to go with Wilson's 38-yard touchdown pass from Drew Frankenfield, 6 plays, 89 yards, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. That's our Tulsa Accident Care drive of the game. Brought to you by Tulsa Accident Care Center, getting you back in the game after life's biggest hits. Tulsa's best auto injury recovery starts at Tulsa Accident Care Center. And our final part here in our post-game show is the Maori Funeral Service final word. We've talked about it, but your final thoughts on tonight and maybe some pregame thoughts going into next week's game against Jinx.
Yeah, I think it's just a great performance by these Rams. I think it was a great win for this team, a great win for this town. Celebrate tonight, get some ice packs and heat pads tomorrow, and get ready for Monday. Come out and get ready. We need some good practice this week, start preparing for Jinx, start running through everything, get ready for what they're bringing.
It's going to be interesting as the Rams here in the Final Four once again. It's something we've been used to for the last several years, and Coach Blankenship trying to continue that run here tonight. We want to thank you for joining us here on the Owasso Sports Network and listening to our broadcast here this evening. We want to thank our Sports Network crew, Brock Crawford and David Green, his crew doing an outstanding job. Jordan Corfage down on the field bringing us some key reports here tonight. Also, Rob Williams working over the stats for us. And then, of course, my wingman, Grant Mowry. I'm Steve Mowry. This has been a production of the Owasso Sports Network. It's the Owasso Rams with a 45-7 victory over Yukon. Be sure and stay tuned to X and Facebook and Owasso Athletics to see where next week's game against the Jinx Trojans will be held. You're not going to want to miss that one. It's going to be another instant classic. This has been Ram Football on your Owasso Sports Network. Have a great evening, everyone.